ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
Join us now for organized chaos. Rolo can put down his vape. Join us now for organized chaos. Rolling stands, evidence tape. Join us now for organized chaos. Rolo with his hot takes. Join us now for organized chaos. Hey Roman, let's debate. Rings of power can suck my nuts. And Star Wars isn't more than just a rush. Marvel shows, they really suck. Y'all make Loki look like a cuck. Welcome back to Organized Chaos. They just gave him a clip, and now they both look like simps. The anime titty pimps. That's what you get with Organized Chaos. With the chat that hits, getting all the crits. It's Organized Chaos, moshing in the pits with the chat that hits. Yeah, it's Organized Chaos. The RoloRome cast.
Welcome back to another episode of the pod. What's going
What's up,
on,
everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic week.
Dude, I was trying to match you. I cannot do this.
Yeah,
I
you don't
cannot
have to.
do this. I can't, dude. I tried.
And
Like,
I know.
like,
Takes a certain type of guy.
yeah. You know what, bro? Okay, listen. Y'all can make fun of me.
No, I understand. It's okay. It's all right.
Just, you guys just saw the title.
We can't
It's
all
Pick
see
on
in the
Roman
dark.
Night.
It's okay. We can't all see in the dark. I understand.
Bro, what? What are you talking about?
It's
I know what. What
Do
do
you
I
know?
know? Are you trying to say that I'm a
Oh,
lizard person or something?
Oh, you know.
See in the dark. What are you talking about?
You know.
Oh, you're funny because goth girls are dark. Oh, you're funny. Ha ha. You're funny. Ha ha. Ha.
No, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah. Wait, yo, hey. Chat
Wait.
shows down on screen. Hey,
Wait, what's on screen?
chat down
Oh!
on the bottom right.
Oh!
We're Twitch now.
We
We're
gotta
Twitch
change-
now.
Yeah, no, we gotta change our layout though, because they're on you.
Hey yo. Actually, hold on. I can turn it off.
Well, can you? No. Can you make them small? Can you make it like a?
Hold on.
No, I would like to have chat. Like showing chat would be sick. Actually, I don't know if we should show chat because sometimes they say things that we don't delete that we
Chat.
should.
Chat. You guys have to behave.
I was gonna say,
we-
that's a tall order. We might need to figure this out first before we start putting chat on screen. I think.
Yeah.
I
True.
think we need to have a good amount of our regular chat members in chat so we can say, hey, do not put any gamer words into the chat, please. I would prefer.
Look. It's not that big of a deal for the live streams,
Listen,
but
we all know that you
I
can
show
say,
chat on stream.
We all know that you can say baguette. We all know, like, come on, you all know the different words. Instead of saying one thing, you can say self-delete. I hate that, but you have to. I know.
Here's
I know.
my thing.
It sucks that you
I
can't
don't-
say what you want to say, but you have to.
I don't mind it. Like, I'm not saying to do it, but like
We don't care.
it slips out.
YouTube does. That's the thing. That's it.
No,
and
no.
we can't have YouTube give us.
It's not even that.
No, it is.
It's
It
not
is
even
absolutely that. That is one of that.
Well-
is the reason.
Well, right. No, but look, during like the live stream, it's okay. But I put these up as clips later. So if y'all are saying some like stupid stuff in chat and YouTube can see it,
No. Say
Then
what
like
you will. Say what you will in chat, but it's like if it's on screen, like if we're able,
yes.
because it would be cool to do that. Because if we need to cut something, then we lose the chat, right? If we need to, if we get like, let's say we're going over Rings of Power season 3, and we get cut for some copyright shit, then we have to cut that from here, and then we can't. You don't get to look at the live chat when you go back for the replay, which sucks. So if we were to actually keep the live chat up on screen, or find a way to do that, I don't know how we could. Maybe there is a setup. Maybe there's not. I don't see many people doing it, so maybe there's not a setup. But if there is, and if we
the
figure it
beta
out,
thing.
it would
The
be
beta thing
cool.
to do.
It would be cool to have the live chat up there just for that reason,
Oh,
so that if we do have to cut something out, it's there and people can still see what the chat's reacting to and what we're responding to, when we're not pulling it up. But in order to do
yeah.
that, I can't have.
We can't have y'all saying gamer
There is a specific
essentially.
swear that I have seen, which is fine. It's a gamer word. I hear it all the time. It starts with an F and ends with a French bread, but it's it,
If it shows up in clips, we could be cooked.
yeah. We can get in trouble. Yeah, that's the only.
Yes.
I hate to be that fucking guy, but
Well, but I
my
also don't feel like getting my channel flagged for like, well, because
well,
of
we're not
your
trying to get the show flagged because now that we have the show as its own channel, it's its own entity. It's ran by us and those that edit it for us.
yeah,
So
which currently is only me, but my main channel editor will be coming back soon. Hey,
no,
hey,
Crimson, whatever we do, that's on us.
yeah.
It's going to be like, and like I can do that.
I mean, I would prefer that you don't do that, but yes, Roland can do that. Yes.
Yeah. Like, what was the other one? Go to
Nothing
that
like
island.
Hitler
Yeah, why the fuck would you go to that island?
Island.
Yeah. Why? Why would you go to that island, bro? Speaking of the island, no, I'm kidding. That's a more than a mayhem topic.
Did you
I was gonna
just
say there's two people right now that have just now said that no, he didn't self delete.
from
Two
the
people
Trump
that were
administration? Yeah.
two people that were
Yeah.
very much like, well, no, not even from the Trump administration. One of them ended up now getting cherry picked by the FBI, and as soon as he got cherry picked by the FBI, he was like, "Oh yeah, that person definitely self deleted."
No, but
The other
Cash
person
Patel
was
also said it.
okay. Cash Patel, you said it. I wasn't gonna say it, but Cash Patel was
I don't
like,
give a fuck.
"Yeah, I mean, he was like, yeah, no, yeah, he definitely self deleted." And it's like, weren't you two like on like a joint task force or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a board or something, looking into this? Like you were some of the people looking into this, and now you're just like, hey, no. See, we know absolutely everything about P Diddy. I know that P Diddy's girlfriend liked to rub other men's sexual fluids on his nipples, but and I don't want to know that. I don't.
What?
I don't want to know that, but that has come out in this trial. So I don't. If you're paying attention to the trial, unfortunately, you know that. I don't want to know that, but I do know that. But somehow I don't know whether or not this guy actually killed himself or self-deleted
Yeah.
in Minecraft. Sorry. And it's been this I don't understand. I mean, I understand. I completely understand why we don't know this.
Candace
But I
Owens
just
interviewed
think it's ridiculous.
Harvey Weinstein.
All of the things that we know about you can't even do the Weinstein thing because with Me Too stopped at men and children. It was only about women. We never got into what happened to people like Terry Crews and what happened to Brendan Fraser. And also what happened to the countless children that were in Hollywood. We never got into that. It literally only stopped at the women, and then it never went farther into the men and children that were abused in Hollywood. I don't understand why that never happened.
I
If
don't
you look
disagree,
at
but
the
I
entire
mean,
topic, like
Harvey Weinstein did
parents
some
all
like
address the
terrible
fact
things
that
though.
Hollywood
But
is fucked. Like if you don't think Hollywood's fucked, if you are a parent out there, the best thing you can do for your child is to keep them away from any form of Hollywood.
exactly right, Crimson. Harvey is 100% guilty
No,
for
a
sure.
100% and I hope he fucking dies in prison. I'm surprised he's not dead already. Surprised someone hasn't taken him out.
Yesterday was Goth Girl Appreciation Day, and I said a
Yo,
little
that's
prayer.
actually true, and I feel like I sent you a meme. Didn't I send you a meme about Goth Girl Appreciation Day? I thought I did.
Yes, yes. So wait, Candace O made Harvey out to be the victim? That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. And then, so then, if Harvey's the victim, then what did Leslie Headland do? Was she just being forced to
No,
just be there with
Leslie
him?
Headland destroyed Star Wars. She's a villain either way. She added to the destruction of Star Wars. So she's a villain
She put
either way.
Plagueis in the Acolyte.
I
She
don't
put
give a
Plagueis in the Acolyte.
she created the acolyte. So that bitch, regardless, is evil. I don't give a fuck. That was the most hateful piece of shit
She
television
should be
show that
in
I've
prison just
ever.
for that.
She can go fuck herself just for that alone. I don't care. You know what? And I would have a very cordial conversation with her. I would. If Leslie Headland were to say right now, if I were to my phone were to go bing bing and it was Leslie Headland and she went, I'll come on the show right now and debate you about why I think the Acolyte was good. I would say, yeah, let's go. We'll be very cordial about it.
You
But
wouldn't end up yelling at her? You would end up yelling at her.
no, I don't think that I would. I think that voices might be raised. I don't think that I would actually end up like yelling at her, like going off like in a performative way. No, I think I could be very cordial and have a very good discussion with her and see where she's coming from her side of things. The same way that I think I could do with Kathleen Kennedy, because like my take on Kathleen Kennedy right now is that she is not like she is a very good producer, right? She's very good at making things happen, but she's not there putting her fingers in the things that are happening. Like a lot of people think that all of these creative decisions are like, oh, they're Kathleen Kennedy. Like it's like that. No, they're not. She's running a business, for lack of a better term, with Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
is this her fault? Yes, because she's putting these people in charge of these things. But Andor proves the fact that she is not in control. She is not putting her fingers into these things, and neither really is Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni, I think we got lucky with Andor because I think Dave Filoni is in control of his own storytelling, even though he is the creative executive producer of Star Wars and Lucasfilm. His entire so he's the creative executive producer of Lucasfilm, right? Right? So keep that in mind. That means that Dave Filoni can also put insight, and a lot of people don't think of this, and I don't know if this is entirely true or not, but if he is the creative executive producer of Lucasfilm, not Star Wars, Lucasfilm, if that is his true title, because that's still somehow like it's back. I believe it's of Lucasfilm because Star Wars is its own entity within there, but not quite. Wouldn't he also have creative input at least on Indiana Jones
Yeah. Yeah.
and other Lucasfilm properties? You would think so, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if he has this type of input, he might have just said, "Hey, Tony, you did a great job on Rogue One. I trust you with writing your own show." And Tony just did it because Dave was busy. right? So Dave's like, this guy, Tony, if we're going to do a show about Andor, Tony Gilroy's got to come back and do it. That'll be a sure win. Of course, Tony Gilroy would be a sure win because Rogue One was a sure win. So if Tony Gilroy is a sure win writing this show, then cool. Let him do his thing, give him the money he wants, and I can focus on building up my version of the MCU for Star Wars, but my Filoni verse with Mando and Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett and all this other bullshit. And
basically the Ahsoka verse, yeah.
This has proven that Kathleen Kennedy actually does not have any hands into this, really. She probably did during the sequel trilogy, but I don't think she does with the TV shows. I really don't. And I don't think she does with the movies anymore. I think that she is quite literally just a producer. She is the figurehead. She's the person that signs off on it and goes, yep, cool.
I understand.
I think at the end of the day, she can veto certain decisions, but I don't think that she quite literally comes in there and goes, no, put a chick in it and make it gay. Because Andor kind of proves that she's not doing that because she would have done that with Andor. Something would have been off with Andor. We wouldn't have had this random fucking gem unless Lucasfilm is so fucking incompetent that they didn't pay attention to it, which I would believe too, that they were so incompetent that they thought Andor would fail, that they didn't pay attention to Andor, and they were so busy huffing their own farts that Andor just skirted by and came out on top. But I do believe that is a possibility as well. But I also think that like she does have her name attached to all of these very amazing movies and films. But I don't quite think that it's 100% on her where we're at with Star Wars right now. I think
it sounds to me.
I think a lot of the blame is to be put onto her. I don't think all of it is, though. Because I believe that if I were to have a conversation with her on this podcast as well, that I could have a really good conversation with her. If it was open and like a legitimate dialogue, like in a Joe Rogan type of setting where we were actually answering questions, we weren't dodging them, we were having a human to human debate, I think that I could have a really good conversation with her. And I'm sure she's a really nice person. I really do think so. I just think that she's really bad at her job, and that's it.
With how your stance is now, are you saying
that's how my stance has always been? I have never like once said like I fucking hate her as a person. I've always.
Do you think she's partially a scapegoat? Do you think she's partially used as a scapegoat?
No, I think that George made a very big
Dave runs everything.
No. I think that George made a very big mistake. I don't think that she's a scapegoat for Dave at all. I think that, like, dude, here's the thing, Roman. A lot of the people, right, that aren't massive Star Wars fans, to the normies, like, the Dave Filoni content is fucking good. That's what sucks, guys. That's what we have to come to realize, is that these people watched Mandalorian season 3. They were like, oh, it was a bit iffy, but season 4 will be better. Like, that's how they're thinking. Whereas for us, as like the fans that are like the big Star Wars fans, we're watching this shit and we're going, oh, fuck, man. Oh, no, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And like for them, they're like, oh, that Kenobi show was fun. That makes sense. Like, they're not thinking about, what's up, Muffler Tape? Hail to you, brother. They're not thinking about Kenobi and all of the implications. They're also not looking at it and going, wow, that shaky cam is making people fucking nauseous that they're using. This is just terrible cinematography. Like, they're not looking at it from like, wow, the cinematography sucks. Wow, the story sucks. Wow, the acting is subpar for these two amazing actors. Why are they getting away with this? Why is this entire show about Reva and not Kenobi? Like, they're not the normie fan is not watching Kenobi specifically or Book of Boba Fett specifically and going, wow, this show's not about Kenobi. They're just watching it to watch it. They're like, well, Kenobi's in it, so it must be about Kenobi.
They're not diehards.
Well, Boba's in it, and it must be about Boba. And people would argue that same thing about Andor, but Andor is actually the central character of Andor because everything revolves around Andor in every arc of Andor at the end of the day. So even if he's not shown for a couple episodes, he is very important in what is going on, or most of
He
the
matters to everything. Yeah.
Whereas in Book of Boba Fett and in Kenobi, you could remove Kenobi and you could remove Boba Fett and just have Fennec.
And the story still happens.
And a
The
lot
story
of the
still happens.
story still fucking happens.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it. Or you just replace them with somebody else. Like you
Yeah.
can't replace. You could replace Andor with somebody else, but it doesn't fit as well, unless it's his own character.
Yeah. You
And that's
could.
like it's just it is very clear to me that she's not as involved when I watch that show.
Yeah. She probably doesn't have a lot of power. She
And
probably doesn't have like a.
the one thing I have to say that does suck about going from Andor into Rogue One is that Andor was fully written by Tony Gilroy, and Rogue One was rewritten by Tony Gilroy.
Yeah, because that
So,
that movie was in like development hell, right? For like a
no,
long time.
Solo was in development hell, but
You can tell with Solo.
Rogue One lost its writers, and Tony Gilroy was brought in. That's why in the original Rogue One trailers, there's shots of Vader on the beach,
Yep.
and there's shots of Jyn Erso like in that tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still have that as the cover art on Disney Plus of her in the tunnel when you click on Rogue One, but that's not in the movie. They have
Honestly,
that
though,
shot of all the troopers running down the hallway, and it looks like it's on the Death Star, but it's not. It's on Scarif base, but it looks like it's on the Death Star in the trailer. Like it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit.
yeah.
It's very interesting, but that's because
Hold
Tony
on, Roland.
Gilroy rewrote.
Before we continue, do you like this? Hold on. Let me fix. Wait. Let me because for whatever reason I can't go up. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to go up.
You like make us bigger?
Well, no. So for whatever reason, my screen is down. I can't go up. So
Can you just bring us over?
I could, but I'm trying to bring us over. No, so like I'm trying to have it be that like, chat is like showing up on the side. But I can't hit the button because my screen went down for some reason. So hold on.
Well, anyway, with
Sorry, guys.
Android and going into Rogue One, which is a very fun experience. I think I said it last week, but if you finish all of Andor and then you watch Rogue One, you're like, oh wow! Like you watch it from the perspective of Cassian as from the perspective of Jyn, so it's completely different,
Yes.
right? And as you're watching it, though, the dialogue it just doesn't hit the same way that the entire show does. You know what I mean? Like the writing is almost there to on par, but you can tell that it's like, oh, Gilroy came in and like Gilroy wrote this scene, and Gilroy wrote
Yeah.
that scene, and Gilroy wrote this scene, and he wrote this line of dialogue, and he wrote that line of dialogue. Like you can tell what he wrote because it's so drastically different from scene to scene in the movie. Like if you're a person like us who actually dissects movies, like if you
Yes.
are a fan that's just watching it, you might be like, it's got a different vibe, but it's still the end of Andor's story. It's still good.
Yeah.
And it is still good. I still like Rogue One. In fact, I think I like Rogue One more now, like a lot more now. But I also think it's funny that you can see if you have watched all of Andor and you've been dissecting Andor, you can then see in Rogue One where Gilroy's influence has come in, and they must have rewritten this. He must have rewritten that. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun
So-
watching that again. I'm gonna do a full watch through of all of Andor season 1 and 2, and then Rogue One. And then
Bro,
I'll talk
you
about
are
it.
a mad lad. You are a mad lad.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll
Um,
take a ton of notes and I'll talk about it on here. It'll be fun. I eventually want to make a full deep dive video for it. I think that might be That
You
might
gotta start your
be.
channel first, bud.
I was gonna say that might be the first video on the channel.
I was thinking that your first video would be like a Halo video.
Now the Halo one will come eventually. That'll be important. That will take a lot.
Also, you gotta get yourself a microphone, bud.
The Andor one will be fun. Yeah, I gotta do a lot of things.
I mean, you technically don't need a mic if you want to use like
Nah,
StreamYard, but if you,
I have something that will work.
yeah. Also, Fictionology's the 28th word. That's sick. I'll be there. We're
Yeah,
talking about the OG Clone Wars show.
Hell yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes,
dude,
sir.
dude, that's gonna be so
Dude.
sick. It's gonna be so sick because chat Muffler Tape has never seen it, and I believe Crimson has never seen it.
Ooh. That's hype.
So
That's hype.
I think it'll be cool.
That's hype.
Because neither one of
That's
them have
hype.
ever seen the original Clone Wars show. Crimson, make sure that you watch the first and second movie. There's two of them.
Yeah.
There's
Make
two
sure to
of
watch
them.
them both.
Yeah, you got to watch both of them to get the full story.
Also,
It's
Wi-Fi
literally
is-
not even that long either. It's like an hour and 20 minutes and an hour and 20 minutes. It's so good. I don't know where the fuck he just went, but I'm cool with it. Original Clone Wars is fantastic. I can't wait to talk about it. It's going to be a very fun stream. That'll be over on Crimson Law's channel, and that'll be Fictionology for this month for May.
I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet. Okay, so he's going to watch them on Memorial Day. Perfect.
so what I wanted to try earlier was this. Hold on. Now,
Muffler Tape. Muffler Tape, you disappoint me.
Muffler, no.
You disappoint me. Muffler.
You guys like this? That like y'all can see y'all down here, and then
You
we're
have
like over
failed
here.
me for the last time, Muffler Tape.
Muffler
Oh, wait,
tape.
it's only that big? You can switch it back
Yeah.
then.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Bro, what is wrong with us, bro?
Muffler
What is wrong with
Tape.
us?
What?
What?
What's wrong with us, bro?
What?
What?
Liar!
Liar!
We have that one too. The clips are so good now, bro. I'm gonna put you on in the shed tonight.
You're gonna end up in the shed tonight.
You're gonna end up in the shed tonight. Dude, the clips are on fire, baby. We're gonna get more. I need more. More! Why do we not have that one? Make that one. Kylo Ren just more!
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
I need to find a way to put well, I'm gonna screen cap and then put in there for Frodo, but I need it for like epic moments. I just don't know like when like we would use it, but like I'm gonna have it in there though.
Nah, it's gotta be like a whenever we would just be talking about something and just say it's a for Frodo moment.
Oh, yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
there is moments in movies that are like that. But there is no moment in any movie that hits like that.
Nah,
Dude.
dude.
Tell me.
No.
All three movies. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. All three movies, Lord of the Rings, Aragorn has some of the best scenes. Fellowship of the Ring, when he gets them all up after Gandalf falls, and he just takes control, and you can tell he's fucked up, but he's like, I gotta lead them. By nightfall, these hills will be swarming with orcs. We have to make it to the yeah, exactly. That, and then the scene when he finds Frodo after Boromir tried to take the ring, and he's like, and he closes it and he goes, I would have followed you all the way to Mordor, or whatever the fuck he says. Basically, he says that. But he doesn't take the ring, bro. Second movie, this motherfucker Aragorn. Again, some of the best scenes. Convincing them to fucking, talking to the kid before they're about to go and fight in Helm's Deep, in the Battle of Helm's Deep.
I was gonna say the battle when Gandalf shows up for the Battle of Helm's Deep might be on the For Frodo level.
And then in the third movie, no, Gandalf's speech in the third movie is fantastic to Pippin. But Aragorn in the third movie, banger. Just everything that motherfucker does. Everything Aragorn does in the Fellowship when he jumps on top of Weathertop and he just starts fucking up the ring rates. When Frodo gets stabbed, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Aragorn's sick, bro.
My boy Strider.
Aragorn.
My boy Strider is built different. Okay? Strider is built different. I don't want to hear anybody. No,
Aragorn could beat Eisen. Aragorn could beat Eisen.
Okay, let's not go that far. That's not fair to Aragorn.
No, but Aragorn is built different, though.
Aragorn is built different. If Aragorn was a Soul Reaper, then Eisen's cooked. Okay, yes.
My favorite Aragorn moment is when he says, "My friends, you bow to no one." Like, dude, that gives me goosebumps every time.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. Faramir was my favorite from the books.
Faramir is also great. Boromir is amazing. Boromir is amazing. Faramir is amazing. Okay, let's be honest here. There is not a single character in Lord of the Rings who is not amazing. The question is, how long can we talk about how amazing each one is? Because I could literally do this entire stream just talking about how great each of these characters is. I really could.
Here's my thing.
There is no such thing as can you find a single character in Lord of the Rings that actually sucks? Like
not
a bad
sucks.
character. No,
not
like
sucks.
A character, not a character that you hate. Like a character that actually is not a good character. Like a character you can prove story-wise. Like by definition is a bad character.
No.
I don't think one exists. Like even in the books, like even like Gambling who gets attacked when the wargs first show up, and he gets the warg jumps on his face and fucking kills him, shakes him around and shit in Two Towers. Dude, he's got an entire fucking story in the books, but not even that. In the movie, it's an implied story because you have him be the one that first greets them when they're like, I told you to take the wizard's staff. Like that's like Gambling is the guy that should have taken the staff. He was the one that was like right hand of the king and like his guard. And like he went ahead of the party. He ended up dying. And then later, when they're at Helm's Deep, that kid that Aragorn's trying to hype up is Gambling's son. So like it's implied shit. So even that guy who has a couple scenes like Boba Fett fucking dies. But there's still an implied story around that dude in the movie. Even though in the book he has a lot more. So I don't think you can say that there's a single character in Lord of the Rings that does not have that is not characterized.
So
like even the enemies, right? Even just the enemy troops, like the Easterlings, like the ones that end up riding the Mumakil, the Oliphants, the guys that are like marching to Helm's Deep, and Frodo and Sam almost get caught and have to hide under the elven cloaks that shield them from evil eyes. Like those guys that walk up, like they're explained. Right, they just explain them through context and through that wicked men from the east that have joined through a pact with Sauron. It's like that's all you need to know is they're
Yeah.
Through their attire, through the way that they dress, through the animals that they have, through the weaponry that they use, you can tell that they're from a desert. You can tell that they're almost based on Middle Eastern. And it's very like it's super interesting shit, but it
The
works.
only thing that I'll say is that and please don't call this heresy. I like Legolas slightly more in the books than I like him in the Lord of the Rings movies. That's all.
He doesn't do a
That's
lot
all.
of books though. He does shoot a Nazgul in the fucking neck in the middle of the night though. In the first book, before Lurtz isn't in the book, but it would be before Boromir dies. So the night before Boromir dies, when they're camping out, he sees this giant shadow, and he just fucking shoots at it, and he hits it, in the neck, and it's a fucking Nazgul, and it screams and flies away, and he's basically just like, "Bitch," and everybody's like, "Wow, that was nutty," and he's like, "Yeah, fucking dragon left though." They're like, okay, cool, good shit, Legolas. We got to be careful about that thing. And they're like, yep.
Yeah. I mean,
There's also a lot of
here's
characters.
my thing.
Like, there's characters that show up here now. Like, Arwen is barely in the book. And I think that adding more
That was the character Tolkien put. See though,
yes,
Crimson is kind of right.
No. That's actually true, and Tolkien has said that. That's why there's a lot about Legolas in the appendices. Like, a lot. Not a lot, but like a good amount. You know what I mean? Like he put. Like,
I've never read them, so.
Well, they're in the back of the book. If you have the book, you can read them. They should be in the back of it.
Well, here's my thing.
You should literally look up the name Legolas and then like just like scroll to the page and like read about Legolas. You should be.
I love Legolas. He is a fantastic character, but he's my least favorite Fellowship character. Like, out of like all of the Fellowship,
I don't know, dude. The three hunters are fucking fire.
I'm not saying but like I'm
okay. How are you counting the Fellowship? Are you counting the original 9 members of the Fellowship, or are you counting
the OG 9?
So okay, because there's the OG 9, and then there is what is considered by fans to be the Fellowship by the end of the three movies, and it's not even considered by all the fans. It's not even really considered by me. I do like the thought of it. I don't technically consider it, but the thought would be that characters such as Éomer, Éowyn, Theoden, Faramir, they're all part of the Fellowship in a way because they help the Fellowship move forward, and they're all part of Frodo and Sam's story. And Gollum, even Gollum would be considered.
No, Gollum's no,
because that's part of it. Because Smeagol, not Gollum. The Smeagol part would be part. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the thing is that they all helped get the ring there. That's all. They're all part of the Fellowship of the. I like the idea of it. I don't technically subscribe to it, but if you're talking about the original 9 members, as in Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Legolas, Gimli, Aragorn, Boromir, and Gandalf.
Yeah.
I
still love Legolas, but he is my least favorite. He is my least favorite.
I think everybody's favorite characters, probably out of them, it's either going to be there's 3 top picks with a 4th. So Legolas is a cool factor, so he's the 4th, right? Because everybody will say Legolas for the 4th. Then you have.
I'm not saying he's not cool.
Yes. At number 1 is Aragorn. And Aragorn is also tied with Sam.
Sam is my favorite, so yeah.
And then you also have Gandalf, which a lot of people love. And then you have the Gimli stands, which is like Crimson here. Crimson loves Gimli. I don't blame him. Everybody does. See, it's like this again. Like Malfotape agreed with me. This is the problem you run into. There is not a bad character in Lord of the Rings. I could tell you my favorite. See, because here's the thing. If I were to walk up to somebody, right, who was a Lord of the Rings fan, and say, "Who's your favorite character?" and they said, "My favorite character is Grima Wormtongue," I'd be like, "Wow,
so a fantastic character."
I'd be like, "Wow, that's really interesting. Why is that?" And they would likely have a very interesting reason as to why Grima Wormtongue is their favorite character, and I'd go, yeah, my favorite character is not that, but I understand why. Now that you've explained to me that, hey, it's the dichotomy between how he feels about serving Saruman and like betraying his people, and then the way that he feels about betraying his people afterwards, but he doesn't feel like he can go back, and he's stuck with Saruman, who's just berating him, and he's so evil, and at the end he tries to do everything that he can to get back at Saruman, but he ends up dying because they need it. You know, like if somebody would explain all that to me, I'd be like, yeah, I can see why that's your favorite character. I see why you like that story. Or like, hey, that story relates to how I felt about this certain relationship in my life or what. Like, I'd be like, yeah, cool. That's a really weird favorite character to have out of everybody in Lord of the Rings, but I can see why you like that character.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody were to explain to me, it would be a lot more difficult for you to explain to me why Riva is your favorite character from Star Wars.
Well, I've never heard anybody say that, to be fair.
Neither have I, but it would be very difficult for someone to explain that to me.
Who is your favorite Lord of the Rings character anyway? Is
That's
it
not a fair
Aragorn?
question. That's not a fair question.
Sorry.
I will be completely honest with you. It changes every time I'm asked. Like right now, I'll tell you it's Boromir, but tomorrow I'll tell you it's somebody else.
Am I one of the few people?
I do love Boromir, though. I absolutely fucking love Boromir. He is one of my favorite. He is up there. He is up there. For
I can say without any
I think
hesitation.
Christian probably hit the nail on the head that it's probably going to be Theoden and Aragorn for me. Theoden is like the perfect king. I think he's probably one of my favorite characters in cinema. He's just such a good character. Boromir also is the quintessential, just good-hearted person who is corrupted by evil. It proved the power of the ring. That was Boromir's purpose, was to prove the power of the ring in the story. Because when you get these flashbacks of Boromir, which I can't believe were cut from the movie,
right?
You get the flashbacks of Boromir, like he is like Captain America, man. Like he's like Steve Rogers. Like he's Captain Gondor. You know, like he is their Captain America. He's like the sweetest guy. He's nice to everybody. He loves his brother. He loves his father. He loves his country. He loves protecting people. That's all he wants to do. And like the ring corrupted that. And we don't see that version of him. You know, like Boromir is amazing. Definitely one of my favorites.
I mean, but it's kind of like what you said. Like, there's not a bad written Lord of the Rings character, so it's kind of.
Now everybody is written so fucking cool, dude. Like, and like, there's characters that are mentioned, like Elendil. That like, so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. You gotta read about them, but goddamn, read the Silmarillion. It's boring to some. It's amazing to me. Boring to some because to some people it's like it's all history. Yeah, fucking read it. If you're into Lord of the Rings, you'll like it. Bro, they created the universe through music. How fucking cool is that? God said, I'm going to create children. I'm not going to give them sight. They will not gain sight until they realize how to harmonize.
Bruh.
So they have to sing and harmonize in order to gain sight. And then in order to gain other things, they need to harmonize and gain other abilities. And then through those abilities, through harmonization, they can create life. And Melkor created discourse in the harmonization. So I like to think of it as like they were singing like classical music and he's just playing fucking death metal. Like in the middle of it.
On God, bro.
And like it's just creating orcs. It's like and they're playing like and he's just like you know, like and it's just creating orcs, they're just creating elves. Like
Yeah.
It's like that's how it is. They created the world through music. It's fucking cool. It's a very cool
That is
concept.
really cool. That is really cool.
The harmonization of the gods created music or
I
created
can't say
everything.
that I've read the Silmarillion, but now I kind of want to pick it up.
No, that's
Ve-
only the beginning. That's literally only the first couple chapters. It goes
That's
into
crazy.
like wait till you get to like the War of Wrath and like the Children of Hurin, Baron and Luthien, where fucking Sauron can turn into a vampire, like a vampire and also a fucking werewolf, and he fights a giant wolf as a werewolf, and like, dude,
I remember
dude,
kids in high
there's
school
there's crazy
were
shit where there's fucking like the motherfuckers are like this tall, like literally like that big, fighting
yeah.
Morgoth. It's like the size of a person compared to a dude like this big, and he's just fucking dodging Morgoth, and his sword can like block his fucking dude. It's he's fighting these motherfuckers. These elves are crazy.
I
These motherfucking
remember
elves are crazy.
I remember in high school.
This is what we missed out on. We got the Rings of Power instead.
I
Remember,
remember
when
in
you're
high
reading the
school.
Silmarillion, anybody out there, when you're reading the Silmarillion, remember, think to yourself after every chapter, we got the Rings of Power instead.
Oh my god. I remember you told me once that your class in high school got assigned to read The Hobbit, and like people were groaning and moaning, but then after they all read it, they all said it was fantastic. So I'm like
No, we didn't get
Tolkien
assigned.
wrote
We had to read some of the Hobbit. It wasn't the whole thing. It was
uh
like it's like a portion. And I already read it. I didn't have to fucking read it. I already read that shit multiple times. I didn't have to read shit. I knew those
yeah,
chapters. All I had to do was go back in there and get quotes. That was it.
yeah,
I wrote that shit as soon as I got home. It took me like fucking an hour to write like 5 pages on The Hobbit. Are you kidding me? I talk about The
yeah.
Hobbit here. I could talk about The Hobbit for an hour right now.
So actually
What do we
here
have to
is kind of a
do
question.
around Christmas time? We need to do a Lord of the Rings stream
Agreed.
and
What's your
just
favorite
talk
book?
about my favorite book.
Yeah. Out
Ooh,
of all the out of
that's
all of out of all of the series, what's your favorite book?
out of all the Tolkien books. So you're including.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm
Yes.
only gonna include the Silmarillion, The Hobbit, and the trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to include like Unfinished Tales and the other spin-off shit. Um, oof. I want to say Two Towers because the characterization of Gollum in the Two Towers book is really fucking good. Everything going on with Helm's Deep is really good. You get a lot. Like I like the way so the way that Two Towers is in the book that it's not in the movie is it's not cutting back and forth. You get like all of the story of
Yep.
Aragorn, Gimli,
Yep.
and Legolas, and everything with Merry and Pippin, and then you get everything with Frodo and Sam,
Yep. Yeah.
and that's the end of it. And the Frodo and Sam bits all lead into Return of the King, and then it cuts back to everything that Aragorn and all them are doing, and then it starts going back and forth in Return of the King.
Yeah.
I think Two Towers is probably my favorite book. It's really good. I
It
had a lot. I
changes
just
for
remember.
me.
So like it's been a long time since I've read them, but I just remember like not wanting to put that one down. I just remember having so much fun. And the characterization for all of the Rohirrim, like every single member of the Rohirrim is like a character, and they're all like they're all part of this. Like there's characters that aren't in the movies that are in this. They're also in games. Like like they're in Battle for Middle Earth 2, like the strategy game. They're in like Lord of the Rings Conquest. Like there's characters that are in these books that are in games that I played. I'm like, oh, that's like so and so when I was reading it. Like or they're in like the Two Towers game. You know, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think Two
I,
Towers is probably my favorite one.
I can't lie to you, The Hobbit's mine. I think just
It's a good book.
seeing the
I'll be reading it to my children someday. The Hobbit's a great book.
I think that The Hobbit is like not saying that I dislike any of the other books. I love the trilogy, but something about The Hobbit, bro, just because that was what got me into the series. I hadn't seen any of the movies, and then my mom bought me the Hobbit book, and I read it, and I was like, bruh, this is awesome. And it's
Yeah,
just
Riddles
like
in
a
the Dark
bunch
is
of
great. Riddles in the Dark is an amazing scene. Whether or not you're reading it or watching it, it is very good.
yeah,
I know
and
Andy
I
Serkis
think
I believe Andy Serkis got an Oscar for that.
he should have because
I think he did.
that was fantastic.
Let me
That was
check.
fantastic. But so like to kind of like the point that like, I'm trying to make here is that like I so what I love
He
about
has
The
not
Hobbit,
won an Oscar.
bro, Andy Serkis has not won an Oscar. It's crazy. Um, so The Hobbit
It's
is
retarded.
like, yeah, The Hobbit is like I think the way that like the way that that particular book is like, structured, it's like little mini tales that all kind of adds up later.
Yeah.
It's something that is like really, really cool. And what I kind of like about it is that like you could tell that Tolkien didn't that like he was forming the series, but the rain doesn't really matter that much
No,
in the
so
Hobbit
so
book.
actually, what to my knowledge, what happened was his kids were so interested in the story that he turned it into something. He just had the idea of a magic ring. There was nothing
Ah.
special about it. He created these
The Hobbit was
he
stories
created
that
these
he told
creatures
his
of the
kids, right?
he created these creatures of the like the goblins. Obviously, goblins are already a mythical creature. He created this creature of the orcs. Um, the elves were a different form of elf. They were more regal. Obviously, the elves that we see in Lord of the Rings, they're a completely different form of elf than like Santa's elves or mythical elves.
Yeah.
They are more so like what one would describe as being the Anunnaki or
Yep.
like the Nephilim giants type of thing. They're tall. They are all about 6-7 foot tall. They are beautiful. They are very angular faced, pale, long hair. Like they're very different looking than humans. Pointy
Mm-hmm.
ears. They live long lives and they're amazing at everything, pretty much. Um,
Yeah.
that's an elf compared to a human. A human is imperfect, and like he created all of this stuff for this children's book. And the dwarves are the opposite of elves, right? They're short. They do live longer than humans, but they're gruff. They're very like rough and tumble and not so elegant, right?
Mm-hmm.
They live underground.
Yes.
They don't like the sun or the stars. They're very different, and they don't get along with the elves. And that was this. It was this nice children's book that he created, and his children loved it so much that he figured, oh, this fancy little ring that I created, I could probably make a story out of this. And Mr. Bilbo Baggins.
Ah, okay.
Now he
Because
had already done a lot of work on the world, and already had
I
ideas.
know that
He
I
already
know
had
that the
ideas about
Hobbit.
No, he already had ideas about creating more, and he already had all these notes about creating more, but it was mostly like the intrigue of the Hobbit that got him to be like, yeah, I can do this.
I know that the Hobbit was like stories that he like, told to his kids and
It was,
all
it
that
was the
stuff.
whole story that he wrote.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I'm not saying this. I love the Hobbit movies, but rereading the Hobbit books kind of makes the movies not make as much sense, only because you can tell where they added a bunch of stuff in there. And
Oh,
like,
dude, there's so much shit added in there everywhere. I could tell when I was 12 when I saw the first one. I was like, hey,
yeah,
Azog's
yeah,
not real.
yeah, yeah. And then when Legolas shows up, I'm like,
Yeah, I was
you're
a
not
kid.
in the Hobbit.
Yeah, I was okay with it though. I was not. I still think that the love triangle's stupid. I do have fun with the Hobbit movies, but I do think the love triangle's stupid. Like, the riddles in the dark scene is fucking phenomenal. Whether or not you like the
Yes.
Hobbit movies, I do think that the first Hobbit movie is probably the best one. My favorite one's the second one. I think the best one's the first one.
Really?
Yeah, the best one, the most accurate one is the
Installation's
first.
good.
The second one, Desolation of Smaug, is my favorite. I fucking love Bilbo talking to Smaug. All of that whole sequence is just so good. Benedict
Yeah.
Cumberbatch killed it as Smaug, dude. He was great.
Do you like the Battle of the Five Armies?
I have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit gratuitous at points. Like, especially if you watch the extended edition, there's like a lot of gratuitous violence. And like it's fun the first time you watch the extended edition, and then you're watching the extended edition, you're like, okay, beheading, 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 beheading. Stupid joke, beheading, stupid joke, beheading. You get more of the dwarves. I do like seeing all of the dwarves actually do something in the extended editions. Like you get a lot more, not characterization. If it was actually like a Peter Jackson film, the way that it was for Lord of the Rings, all of these dwarves, all 13 of them would have been characterized very well within the
He didn't
first.
have as much power with the Hobbit movies, I feel
Well,
like.
within the first 3 hours of the first the first movie, they would have all been much more characterized, I believe.
Yes.
You get a lot because you get a lot of that when they're at Bilbo's house in the beginning. Kind of, sort of, especially when they're singing the song, you get a little bit of a sense of who they are. When they're eating, you get a sense of who they are as each character. When they're all talking and having a conversation, you get a sense of who they are. You kind of lose that for a while, and then it comes back. But a lot of it comes back in deleted scenes, and the scenes that are left in are mostly for Beaufort, Thorin, Balin, Dwalin,
Yep.
and that's pretty much it. And until Keely gets sick, and Philly and Keely as well, until Keely gets shot,
Yeah.
then things change. I do think that the Desolation of Smog is really fun though. I think it's a fun.
Desolation. So like the
I know
first two are
people have
good.
their problem with the river scene and the barrels, and I get it. It's fucking ridiculous, but it's also it happens in the book. I'm not saying it's ridiculous in the book. I'm saying it happens in the book, but the scene is ridiculous in the movie. I get it. The love triangle is fucking stupid. Tariel's not real. I understand all that, but I would take more Middle Earth projects at that quality than any Rings of Power.
My problem with the Battle of the Five Armies is that Bilbo's knocked out for like 90% of that battle. So
No,
like most
dude,
of that movie's just made up.
no. He's only knocked out for the finale of that battle. You got to give him a little bit
Oh.
more. He's in Dale. So he's on the battlefield. He leaves the battlefield. He goes to Dale. He gets out of Dale. He gets up. He gets all the way up to Ravenhill. And then when he gets up to Ravenhill, he fights a group of fucking orcs. And it's not until Bolg shows up and knocks him out.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like,
True.
so he does do like a pretty good amount.
How much of that movie though do you think is like made up? I'd say like 60% of it's like made up.
The entire battle is made up.
Yeah, because like
The entirety of the battle.
we don't see it. We don't see it.
No,
in the
it's meant because it was a children's, but he didn't have to describe it. He was like, they fought and they fought and they fought, and all these
Yeah.
people showed up, and this shit was crazy, bro. Swear to God, craziest shit I ever seen. They were shooting laser
Yeah.
beams, and these birds showed up, and this guy could turn into a bear, and there was dwarves and orcs and some elves, and these guys from the lake with fishing rods. And like, bro, it was crazy. And Bilbo's running around, and he got out of it, and all the other dwarves got out of it. But the line of Durin, nah, they're dead. Thorin and like Fili and Keely, they died. That's basically the explanation, and that's an entire page. And it's like like it. He didn't want to be like they were brutally fucking executed one by one. Like it's a.
No.
Goes straight to the.
I'm not saying that. I'm not slating the Hobbit book. I'm saying that, like, the
I
Battle
know.
of the Five
I'm
Armies
just
movie.
saying, that's
really
how
need
much
to
is
be a
made
thing.
up. Like the entire
Yes.
battle is made up.
Yeah.
A lot of the shit with Thranduil is made up, but I love Thranduil as a character. I think he's great. I think he's really well acted. I think he's really well done character. Thranduil's cool.
Yeah.
He's just cool, dude. He's an elf king that rides a fucking hart into battle, like a red hart, like a giant elk. Bro,
Yeah, no, I mean
his elk can fight too. Like, yo,
that is cool.
bro,
That
he's sick.
that is cool.
That's sick. If there's one animal I want to ride into a battle other than a horse, it's a
A
fucking
giant red
elk.
elk.
It's a fucking elk. That's
Yeah.
so cool. You'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, dude, anybody that rides an elk and claims to be the king of the forest, are you gonna not believe him?
No.
Like, you gotta believe him. Like, if you're in the woods and you're hiking and some guy just comes up and he's riding an elk and he's like, hey, I'm the king of the forest. You'd be like, yeah, I'm sure you fucking are. Look at you, riding an elk. Like, yeah, enjoy. The weather's beautiful today. And the elk, like, backs up back into the bushes. Yeah, dude. Riding an elk is just magnificent. It's badass. Name a cooler animal. A land animal.
I can't.
A living land animal.
I mean,
Not a bear. Because a bear
bro.
would
Saber-tooth
also.
tigers are kind of cool.
No, I said a
Saber-tooth tigers are
living.
kinda
I
cool.
said living. That's why I said that. Because obviously a fucking saber-toothed tiger would be cool. My snake is knocking her shit over again.
Yeah, Crimson living shit.
Yes, I said living.
All right. I mean, like,
No, like obviously I would pick a life-size dire wolf. I would like to ride like fucking ride a giant wolf into battle. It'd be sick.
well, what Crimson?
A fossil Asuki. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a type of fucking it's type of ancient crocodile. Yeah,
Just
you
for like
can't
a half a second.
Yeah, you can't pick dinosaurs.
If we're not,
No, a living
'cause-
animal. Roman, a living animal. Roman, an animal.
a Bengal tiger.
An animal. Do you know what an animal?
Bengal tiger.
I don't see.
Yes.
I don't know if a Bengal tiger is big enough to actually ride.
Hold on, I can look this up. How big Bengal tigers are?
I don't know if they're big
How
enough to ride.
are Bengal
Like,
tigers?
I don't know if that animal could actually be ridden. They're big, but I don't know if they're that
They're
big.
10 feet long. They're 10 feet long. So
Okay.
you could probably ride on one. A
Crimson
buffalo?
says he picks a buffalo. Because you can't ride a lion. But a Bengal tiger's
No,
bigger.
Roland. An eagle.
You can't ride an eagle, bro.
You can't ride a giant eagle?
No.
Cool.
No. People go like this and eagles land on their arm. You can't, even the giant ones. You can't ride a
practicality.
eagle. Roman, are birds animals?
Yes, Roland. Birds are Don't start. Do not start. Do not start. Don't start. Birds are 100% animals, bro. Okay? All right.
Why?
Because
What makes
they.
a bird an animal?
Do you really want to debate this with me right now?
I just want to know, by definition, what makes a bird an animal, because I have the answer.
They are part of an ecosystem, and they they contribute to the cycle of life.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing, just said differently. They're part of an ecosystem and they contribute to the cycle of life. Is saying the same exact thing in two different ways.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're not technically wrong, no.
Okay, so why are we arguing about it?
Because that doesn't. That's not technically.
Why are birds animals then? Why are birds animals then?
I'm asking you. I'm asking the questions.
Because they were on land, Roland. Okay.
Birds are animals because they're on land.
You asked me, okay? You asked me. Okay.
Birds are on land. You heard it here first.
You know what, bruh?
Birds are on.
What?
Birds are on land, bro.
You asked, bro.
Birds
You
are
asked.
on land.
I tried to give you the more realistic answer.
Birds are on land.
I tried to give you the more practical answer.
That's not practical. They fly.
And fish swim in the water.
Some
Okay?
birds only live in the water. They don't land
They
for
go
years.
on land at some point. They go above.
Some of them don't land for years. Albatross.
What's your point?
What's my point?
What's your point?
I'm trying to figure out, what is a bird, Roman? Why are they animals? Why are they animals and fish aren't? Nothing that you've said to me distinguishes them from plants. Crimson is correct.
What? Plants are not animals.
According to you, neither were fish. So I want to hear.
You hold on. Hold on a second. Are you gonna try to argue with me now that plants are animals, Roland? Because
No.
we don't have this argument.
No, plants are plants. Plants have a completely different cell structure than an animal does.
Okay. Right.
Just like fungi are not plants either, or animals. A fungus is its own thing.
Okay.
So birds.
Okay. Yes,
What
birds
makes
are
a
animals.
good animal.
I don't fucking know.
Yes,
What makes them animals?
No, you do. You do know. I know you know this. I just said one of the things.
They're part of the circle of life? I don't know.
I didn't say that.
What makes a bird an animal, Roland? What?
Animals.
I'm saying your answer says plants are animals, Roman. You said they're part of an ecosystem and on land. That includes plants. Your definition is shit. No, because plants do not contribute to the animal kingdom. Okay?
What the fuck?
I'm saying
herbivores. Roman. Herbivores.
Hold up. What I mean is
every animal that eats plants. Plants do not contribute to the animal kingdom. You heard it here first.
Hold up. A tiger. A flower does not matter to a tiger. Okay. A flower does not matter to a lion.
Okay.
All right.
What? And a rabbit doesn't matter to a deer.
You heard me though. Plants don't make like the African animals go round. They don't make the Arctic animals go round.
Yes, they do. Yes, they literally do. No, they don't make the Arctic animals go around, but they literally do make the African animals go around, because gazelle and elephants and fucking rhinos and everything else and fucking okapi all eat fucking plants, and then they get hunted by the animals that eat them. So yes, plants quite literally make it go around. And because plants also quite literally make it go around, because we cannot survive without plants existing to create oxygen.
Crimson, I never said that elephants and the gazelle are not animals. I didn't say that.
Don't need plants to go around.
Hold on, Crimson's trying to put something into my mouth here.
That's what you said.
I never said that elephants and gazelle are not animals. I didn't say that.
You say the African savanna does not need plants to go round. That is literally what you said. You said go round.
Yeah. I meant like the dominant animals, Roland. Okay,
they do.
A tiger and a lion are not going to need.
If there's no animals that are eating plants, Roman, then the dominant animal dies. It's called extinction. That's how extinction happens. If you destroy the plants, you destroy the animals that eat the plants, and then you destroy the predators that eat the animals that eat the plants. That's why when you kill the predator and hunt the predator to extinction, all the plants that are eaten by the animal go crazy. That's why we have a fuck ton of deer in Pennsylvania, because we hunted all the wolves to extinction in Pennsylvania back in the fucking 1800s.
Oh, damn.
That's why there's so many deer here, because there's no wolves hunting them. And now the wolves are starting to make their way back down. But that's a different conversation. That's how extinction works.
Yeah. I know how
That's how
I
an
know how
ecosystem works.
extinction works. It's when a species gets wiped out, Roland. Okay? I know that much. Okay?
That's the base of the food chain.
Bro, look.
You still haven't
Okay?
explained to me
When
why
they
a bird is an animal and a fish isn't.
no.
What's the difference between a bird and a fish?
No. Listen to me. When they show you the animal kingdom chart, they don't put plants on that shit, okay? They literally don't.
I'm not arguing that they do. Plants are on a different kingdom. They're different biologically.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
But they matter. They matter because there wouldn't be animals without the plants. There wouldn't also be plants without the animals. We expand, like we send out carbon dioxide when we breathe out. The plants like that. The plants breathe it in. The plants send out oxygen. We breathe that in. We like that. Neither one exists without the other. Plants are not animals, so they're not on the kingdom, bro. You know what is on the kingdom? Fish. Fish are on the kingdom.
I didn't say plants are not important. What I said was that if you look at the animal kingdom chart, they're not on there. So plants
they're not animals.
Oh my god.
How do we get away from you explaining birds?
Why is a bird? What makes a bird an animal, Roland?
You told me that they were. I want you to explain to me that a bird is an animal.
They are. I don't know how to explain it. So
then how can you say that a bird is not, or a bird is, but a fucking fish isn't?
Okay. Here's how I would explain it. Because birds calm, Roman, calm. Okay. So birds, while they have their own flocks that they hang out with, right? They still interact with like other animals within the animal kingdom.
Okay, so like a fish in a school. So like a fish in a school interacting with a dolphin.
Let me finish.
Or a bird. Or like a fish in a school interacting with a seabird and a flock.
Let me finish, Roland. Let me finish. So like some birds will end up interacting with, I don't know, elk or like, lions or tigers or something. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just giving examples. Fish are not going to end up interacting with tigers. Okay.
Well, what the?
All right.
Yeah, my camera's still on.
Actually, you don't know that because tigers might take a fish out of the creek.
My point is,
okay, you're off on a tangent because no one said that plants were animals. You, with your definition that animals are part of an ecosystem and exist on land, included plants in your definition. I said you did not exclude plants from being an animal in your definition, and therefore it sucked. And somehow you went off on a tangent about how plants are not animals. Of course they're not. No one said that. I was telling you that you needed more qualifications to your definition to fix that shit. You dense motherfucking mong.
My God.
I'm not even drunk. I don't have alcohol.
What'd you call him, a mong?
Mong.
What is a mong?
From mongoloid.
Ah.
Which is basically
So,
just the British way
anyway,
of calling you retarded.
No, I still want to know how a
Before I
bird.
was I'm explaining it. Let me explain it. Okay. So birds interact with the greater overall animal kingdom. Fish are on their own. Okay?
No, they're not. Bears eat fish. Fucking animals eat fish. Birds eat fish.
Bears
Everything
eat
eats fish.
fish.
You eat fish.
Animals eat fish.
You eat fish.
Animals eat fish.
Yes. Yes, every day. My dog ate fish for dinner. The fuck are you talking about? Animals eat fish. We're animals.
Reptiles eat fish. There are entire groups. I'm pretty sure there are still some families of crocodiles that subsist on fish.
Yes, gharials. There is also specific cats that subsist on fish. Specific bears. The Kodiak bear subsists on salmon during the salmon run in the winter.
Marine mammals like dolphins eat fish.
Dolphins, whales, porpoises, polar bears, seals, sea lions,
penguins,
which is a bird, Roman, that lives in the ocean. Isn't that mind-blowing? That bird lives with fish. It interacts with fish on a daily basis.
I don't even study this shit, and I know this.
Why are we having?
I was homeschooled. This just proves that public schools fucking suck.
No, they don't.
Why are we having this argument?
Because he didn't pay attention.
No, I was busy looking at girls' asses. Okay.
Oh, you shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
no, you were busy looking at your boyfriend's ass.
Busy looking at girls' asses and not pulling a move. My ass.
What's your problem tonight, bro?
I want to know why a bird is an animal and a fish isn't.
Because birds are animals, Roland. I don't know how to explain it.
Not an answer.
Okay. Why is ham a meat? Because ham is a meat. That was your fucking answer.
Yes. That's what you just gave me. This is not an answer. No, we're getting to the bottom of this shit.
You stepped on the autism landmine. Now he's triggered.
No, you brought it up. You started. You started by talking about birds and how birds are animals. And I went, wait, hold up. If a bird's an animal, then why is a fish not an animal?
I didn't start talking about birds.
Yes, you did.
How? When?
Go back in your own stream. I don't even remember how we got here, but we're here now. All I remember is that you brought it up.
I don't know where I am.
I don't know how we got here, but now we're here.
I mentioned
to me the difference.
I mentioned the Eagles from the Lord of the Rings. I mentioned the Eagles from the Lord of the Rings, and then you went on a tangent about birds.
No.
Why are we having this argument?
I mentioned
why are we having this argument
from Lord of the Rings. We went from Lord of the Rings to this because I took it this way because you mentioned that birds are animals.
Yes, birds are animals. Why are we having this argument?
Why isn't a fish an animal then? And you told me that that's not the point. You're deflecting. Give me the fucking answer as to why a bird is an animal.
The answer. Don't know why birds are animals. I just know that they are. Okay. All right.
Birds are animals for the same reason that fish are.
Because they live on Earth. I don't know.
Bro, plants live on Earth. You need to think a little bit about this. Like, do you have zero critical thinking or examination ability whatsoever? Don't answer that. We all know the answer.
You know what, bruh? Look, I don't know what y'all want from me, but like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with y'all. Birds are animals, so I don't know why we're having this conversation.
So a fish.
I learned that after the fact, Roland. Okay.
No.
You bullied the hell out of me, and I learned that.
Rightfully fucking so, if you consider that bullying.
And I accepted that animals or that fish were animals. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not refuted your claim, but we are having this conversation because you are insisting that I explain to you why birds are animals, even though I said that they are. Okay?
I want to know.
I don't know why. I just know that they are. Shouldn't that be good enough? A cat is an animal. I don't know why. A dog is an animal. I don't know why. A tiger is an animal. I don't know why.
Roman, here's the reason why I was insistent about it was because you were so positively sure that fish were not animals. That's why I want to know why you are so positively sure that birds are when fish aren't. That was the point. You were so assurant of yourself that fish were not animals. You even used birds in that argument. But now you cannot, you're not explaining to me why the birds are important.
Because I don't.
Because birds! Because birds!
Now birds don't exist. They're all government spy drones.
That I would have accepted that over birds or animals, but fish aren't. Like
Haven't I said that I was wrong for saying that?
If I were
I
to
was
ask,
wrong for saying that.
if I were to ask one of the guys that's like, no, birds are all robots for the government.
Yeah, but it's funny to bust your retarded ass over this.
I don't want you to
Yeah.
bust anyone's retarded ass, but if there was some fucking guy on the street who was like, "Oh, the birds are robots for the government," and I walked up to him and I was like, "Fish aren't real," he'd be like, "You're kind of crazy, dude."
you need to do that at some point. It's just find someone who's like talking about how birds aren't real or some shit and be like, fish aren't real. And see their reaction. Just like have like a body cam.
Fish aren't animals.
What,
just
bro?
talk to them and fish aren't real.
You know what, bro?
Yo, Roman, we need to do this. We need to go into Philly. We need to get a sign and have you stand on the corner and record it and have the sign just be like, fish aren't animals, and just have people come up and debate you on the why fish aren't animals. And dude, viral YouTube video.
I'll do it. I will do it if you go with me.
I would.
Someone's got to be the cameraman.
Yeah, dude. I would be. It would be a vlog. We would just walk around.
Roland has plenty of experience in the cuck chair. I mean, the cameraman position.
We would be walking around. Fuck you. We would be walking around Philly like all day. Fuck you, Crimson. We were walking around Philly all day. Just randomly pull the sign out and just be like, "Fish aren't real." Debate me.
No. You want to know the crazy part? We're going into Philly. Some people would probably be on like my side in that.
Dude, that would be the best part because I'd literally be recording. I'd be like, "Are fish animals?"
Yeah. Obviously, we know what the right answer is.
You probably get off answers like, "Well, fish aren't animals, but like dolphins are the exception."
No, dolphins aren't fish. You fucking retard. That's how we get away with it. That's how we would change it. We'd be like, "This is for a YouTube video. It's gonna be crazy. Are fish animals?" They'd be like, "No." I'd be like, "Fuck you. Go to the next person." And we'd walk over.
All right, but like to be fair though,
excuse me,
at
are
face
fish
value,
animals? And this person would be like, "Oh, I don't know," and they'd be like, "Oh, are fish animals?" They'd be like, "Yes." We'd be like, "Love you. Here's $1," and then walk to the next person. Are fish animals? You're too slow. Fuck you. And then go to the next. No, I'm kidding. That'd be great though.
Like the It's a Gundam videos where like where he's reacting to the dude going around just asking basic questions.
Well, that's how I would do it. I would quite literally go to like certain parts of Philly with Roman and like go around and be like, debate my friend on whether or not fish are like, dude, I would go to the fucking aquarium.
I would pay to see a video of Roman debating aquarium staff over whether
Roman, we have to go to the aquarium and have you debate people on whether or not fish are animals. Can we please do this? Please. Oh, chat. Guys, everybody, the whole channel, everybody on Roman's channel, everybody on every other channel, everybody watching this now. Tell me that would not be amazing if we went
in before you guys do this and it ends up as some sort of Professor Dave Explains video.
We'd be like, "Excuse me, guys. I don't even know who Professor Dave is." But we'd be like, "Excuse me. We want to debate you on the realism of fish." Excuse me? Are fish animals? For lack of a better,
fish animals?
In layman's terms, Are fish animals? We're conducting a study. Dude, I can get away with it. I can walk in there and walk right up to somebody that works there. I can walk up to a security guard that works there and be like, "Excuse me, sir. We're actually here. We're part of a college study. We're conducting this study right here. We are recording. If you want me to blur your face, I can do that for you. We were just asking, are fish animals?"
You know what's crazy? Is that I low-key feel like it would be like 60-40, honestly.
Dude, how
I
many
actually kinda feel that
people
way.
do you think at the aquarium itself would still tell you that fish are not animals? They're
I'm
fish.
telling you, it's gonna be like
Dude,
60-40.
we have to go here and just ask fish questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should do it.
Yeah.
We should go to the we should do a whole vlog at the aquarium. But like the main thing will be like, are fish animals? But like just ask random ass fucking fish questions. Like read, you know how like next to every
What's your opinion on the Cambodian log sucker?
no, yeah, Crimson. You know how at next to every display there's like that little like card that has all the information on it? Like read a very specific fact off of that little card and be like, so where exactly is the Cambodian log sucker from? They're like, South America? Wrong. Ask somebody who's reading who had just read the card.
So we're just gonna torture people,
Tennessee.
essentially.
No, dude. We would just. Excuse me. Can I ask you a couple questions? We're doing this for a social experiment. Oh, dude, I would walk around the aquarium doing a social experiment all the time. We'd do a whole vlog at the aquarium, but we'd make it a social experiment. Fuck yeah, it would be fun.
Actually, like
You know, if it wasn't in Chicago, I really am in the mood to go to the Shed Aquarium again, but fucking Chicago.
Yeah, that's a beautiful aquarium. I was there during my week for Star Wars Celebration. I took a day to go there. It's fucking awesome.
There are some good places in Chicago. It's just not worth going there because Chicago's a shithole city.
I mean, like
Chicago wasn't as shitty in 2019 when I was there.
I mean, like
There
same with Philly, but
we
like
ended up in some
Philly's
shit
beautiful.
parts. I will tell you, when we went to take pictures, because my cousin is a massive Batman fan. He's got actual.
Here's a really quick story on that. I actually have worked for one of the guys who did like some of like the stunt stuff for that movie.
That's it.
Like he actually lives in my area. Yeah, so the scene where all of the FBI agents get like ripped off of the building and construction and stuff. I did a bunch of like house repairs and stuff on the guy who did all of that rigging.
Oh, That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that in my area. Like I've mentioned the Superman stuff to you guys in private before.
So he has pictures all over Philly from where the shots were filmed in Philly. We were able to get right in the middle of the road, and I was able to take a picture of him where they flipped the bus where the Joker was standing. So I have a picture of him standing in the middle of the road.
That's really cool.
I have a picture of him without being in the middle of it, where Batman was coming up and he's like, "Hit me, hit me!" Also, the same place where the truck was flipped. Excuse me, shit. But we took pictures all over the city, so as many of the places we could get to. Some of them were in very sketchy places, and we're like two 18-year-olds in Chicago by ourselves.
Y'all were on the south side of Chicago.
The only people that we could call for any help, were two white guys, by the way. The only people that we could call, wearing our Star Wars shirts and shit, were the only two people that we could call were like our roommate that was there, that was also there for Star Wars Celebration that we became friends with, and a couple people that we met at the con. So we'd be like, "Hey guys, you guys want to grab dinner tonight?" So like that was like our only option. So like that day we did the aquarium, and then we did we walked around the city and took pictures I did that for my cousin because he really wanted to. It was cool. Chicago, great city. Don't go to the sketchy places. Same thing with Philly.
Don't live in Chicago. You're probably fine for like a day visit occasionally.
Visit Philly. It's a great city to visit. don't go to certain locations. If you guys are ever going to visit Philly, hit me up on Twitter. I'll tell you where not to go.
Avoid just nah, bro. Literally avoid Kensington and like parts of Frankfurt, and you're fine.
Roman, if you say parts of Frankfurt, Frankfurt Avenue goes through a massive part of the city, so that doesn't help.
Okay. Anything like I don't know. Anything like maybe like north of. You know what? Just do not go to Kensington. You can just go to Frankfurt. It's fine.
Anyway, I think that we should do. I think that if you guys want us to do it, we should do a whole vlog at the aquarium, and I think we should also do a vlog at the zoo.
You know what? I'll put it in a poll and see what people think.
I don't even think you should put it. I think you should just put it in a poll of like aquarium vlog where Roman asks people if fish are animals. Because I will.
All you do for the video is just go around asking people, "Are fish animals?"
Yeah.
Yes. And then if they say yes, ask why.
Yeah. And if they say no,
what if they say no? Then we just don't ask why.
No, we definitely ask why.
Yeah. Just
okay.
Just the two questions you have to ask are just: Are fish animals? Why?
But we also vlog the trip of like hanging out in the aquarium for the day. But other than vlogging it,
yeah, no, I mean that would be cool. That'd be cool. I would be down. So I might sound a little stupid, but Crimson, I don't recognize that character that you have as your.
You will.
You wouldn't.
You will. You will.
Who is it?
When you watch Don Don season 2, you'll know.
Yeah, I was about to say it's coming up in Don Don season 2 here.
So you have a character that hasn't even made it into like the mainstream consciousness yet?
Oh no, it has. Yeah, it's just not your mainstream.
Well, here's the thing: there are levels when it comes to manga and anime. So, the very first level of it is reading the weekly releases for manga, and Don basically releases a 15 to 21 page chapter every week, pretty consistently.
Right.
Then there's the volume releases for the manga, which is just a bunch of chapters tied together, kind of like the way you would buy, say, Batman Hush or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there is the anime. So I have been reading this series since like volume 3 dropped, and I've been obsessed with it. So,
I mean, yeah, I just don't know that much about Don, but I just that's something that's like on my list. But I think I'm gonna start Bleach next. I just don't know.
Hell yeah!
I just don't know. And like, I'm not against filler, but how much of Bleach is filler?
Look, if you're really looking to like just get through like the big part of the story that matters, as soon as they start talking about bounce, skip that part. It isn't horrible, but it has zero relevance to the story overall because the most you'll get is they mention a character once later in the series.
They mention them twice. They mention them in they have not mentioned them in the show yet, but they do mention them in because it hasn't happened in the show yet because of the blood war.
Yeah.
They do mention them in the fight against Aizen, that's show only, and they mention them in the blood war later on towards the final fight against Yuhabaha, and that's a quick mention in the manga if I remember correctly. When they're talking about the Fullbringers, they also mention the bounce real quick. He mentions Kadia. He has a vision of Kadia, and that's pretty much it.
Well, the Fullbringers are actually canon, and I still don't understand why people hated that.
The Fullbringers are actually kind of like they're not the coolest, but they're pretty fucking OP. like some of their abilities are pretty nutty. I do like the full
So,
versions.
so basically, Bleach.
But Bleach.
So
So I can tell you the exact filler list, Roman. I've given it to people before.
is there like a part 1 and a part 2, kind of like how Naruto had like a
No,
part 1 and a part 2?
Technically,
no.
yes, if you want to talk about how Thousand Year Blood War is technically a
Well,
different anime.
yes, technically with Thousand Year Blood War, yes, but Thousand Year Blood War would be the part 2. That would be the Shippuden. But
A much, much shorter Shippuden,
yeah,
honestly.
for Bleach, there's only 366 episodes in total, and if you cut out the filler, I think there's only like 148.
That's it.
148, you need to comprehend the like actual like plot of it.
Yeah, you need to pay the fuck attention.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. It's just if you want to actually follow the story and you're just
I would.
interested in the core story of the series, you do want to watch those episodes because that's basically where it all is. The filler,
Well,
not so
yeah.
much. You'll get maybe some lore and stuff and possibly some interesting stuff. But when I watched Bleach for the first time, I regretted watching the bounce stuff because I was like, this. I didn't really care for it. It didn't have any bearing on the story overall. I kind of wish I just would have skipped ahead to the when they started getting to the Iran car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about the thing about Bleach's filler, which is a little bit different than Naruto's filler and a couple other fillers that I've seen before. The thing that I enjoy about Bleach's filler is a lot of it ends up being huge character development for certain characters that don't really get it. Like there's a whole arc in Bleach that's about Izuru, like Kira, Lieutenant Kira, and it like you get a lot from the lieutenants in that arc. Like a lot of the Soul Reaper lieutenants get fleshed out in that arc. So like I would say watch that one. It's the one where there's the assassins trying to assassinate this little girl who's the head of a clan now because her parents were killed. And I would say that you should definitely watch that arc because it gives a lot of the lieutenants like a good amount of character growth, especially Kira,
Right.
so that when a certain thing happens during the Blood War, you feel something a little bit more.
So, like, is it so? Like, Crimson, you said that I'll have to pay attention. Is it like the same amount of attention that I had to pay to like Attack on Titan? Is it like that? Is it kind of like a blink and you'll miss it thing?
Not
There is,
necessarily. Attack on Titan is a little.
well, hold on. There is blinking you'll miss it shit in Bleach. There is shit from season 1 of Bleach that comes up in the Blood War. Like
Sure. But what I was going to say is there may be some of that, but it's a shonen, so it's more prone to holding your hand and giving you the answers eventually. Things like Attack on Titan and Cowboy Bebop, they're more mature, and a lot of things you will end up having to sort of read between the lines on. I would say it isn't to the level of Attack on Titan, but there are some things in there with like foreshadowing and things that are sort of implied that you will, if you pay attention, you'll find odd, and then later it'll all make sense.
Is the story as masterfully written?
Hold on, Roman. Crimson, at this point, you're completely caught up on Bleach?
On the anime, yes.
Oh, the anime, I mean, yeah. I know you haven't read the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've watched the entire show, filler and all?
Yeah, well, I would say there are some filler episodes that I kind of like.
Did you watch
through.
like the Zanpakuto arc and shit?
No.
Yeah, neither did I. Okay.
Also, the one where they're like in the middle of Hueco Mundo, like Ichigo starts having this weird ass dream about like I don't know, I forget exactly what it was.
Oh yeah, that entire thing where it's like all of a sudden we're gonna go back in time and talk about this thing that happened at one point. It's like Don Kanoji and like other shit. Yeah, fuck, skip that stuff. That's like all in between seasons type of things. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were caught up. I'm sorry, Roman. What were you gonna say?
So, here was my question, because Attack on Titan is like from like the first episode to like the last one, masterfully written, and like everything in the first second of like Attack on Titan matters. My question is Bleach written like as masterfully as Attack on Titan's written. I'm not saying is it not good. I'm just saying does it have the same attention to detail? That
Simple answer: it does not have the same attention to detail because its story isn't as intricate. Some of it is very similar. I would still say Attack on Titan is much more complex with all the things that it did, but Attack on Titan was focused on a world-spanning mission, a world-spanning mystery. Sorry, so it kind of needs that. Whereas Bleach isn't so much. There are some elements to that where like it does have some sort of like mystery to the main plot, particularly around like the main villain. There are some things where like there's a little bit of foreshadowing and lore drops and plot twists around there, but I would still say it's not to the degree of Attack on Titan.
Crimson, I do have an answer to that question, but Crimson, when Core 4 drops, I want to watch the episodes with you. Like we'll do it on Discord or something, because there is a certain episode that I really want to see your reaction to, like in real time, because I think it's gonna be really fucking cool.
It has to be something big because
it is.
As far as reactions go, I'm usually pretty stone faced unless there's something like really big to talk about. Like I have that video out about the AI dub of Supercube.
Crimson, let me just say it's been a question since the beginning of the show. Not the beginning of the show, but since you meet a certain character, it's been a question. And then something happens. There's two moments like that that I would like to see your reaction to. But anyway, Roman, to answer your question, is it like Attack on Titan? So what I would say is I would agree with Crimson, but I would be, and I don't think he was trying to be harsh, but I would be a little less harsh and say that it's a little bit more palatable to a normie audience.
Well, yeah, that's a fair assessment, but that's the difference between a seinen and a shonen.
Now is there exactly
Bleach kind of holds your hand, right? Bleach kind of holds your hand a little bit.
It will hold your hand a little bit more than Attack on Titan, but it doesn't hold your hand like it's Dragon Ball.
Like
I was gonna say like Dragon Ball or Naruto or One Piece.
Yes.
Or
I don't think Naruto and One Piece hold your hand any more or less than Bleach.
I don't know. I think Naruto holds
Dragon Ball does.
I think Naruto
Dragon
holds
Ball does
a little bit more than Bleach does. I think Naruto specifically does.
I think probably Naruto is a little bit more
it's very obvious
in just like giving you, well, when I say hold your hand, I'm talking about like so there's an anime out right now called Sword of the Demon Hunter where it'll say things indirectly and let the audience infer what that means, even though it's very clear and easy to infer what that is. That is not holding someone's hand. That is giving them all the information and letting them come to the conclusion themselves. Yeah, Shonens tend to like basically just tell you the answer, like, it was me, Barry. I did it.
Well, also here's the thing with Naruto.
Bleach is a little bit less than that, less of that than Naruto. That's what I will.
Here's the difference between Bleach and Naruto in that level. Naruto will actually show you all the stuff that the villain's doing and like give you the reveal before the reveal happens for the character. Whereas in Bleach, you don't get the reveal until it happens to the characters that you're fighting.
Naruto also has animation mistakes, which make like massive reveals.
Oh yeah, I know, but that's
there is like I don't know about like 30 or 40 seconds before Madara unveiled his Rinnegan.
We all know about the Rinnegan.
Yeah, they animated it into the fucking the show while he's fighting.
But honestly, as a kid watching it on TV, you didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it until I watched it the second time, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Wait, hold the fuck on!"
You cannot deny though that whole scene is still cold though. Like
Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance is still one of my favorite fights of all time.
Oh, of course it is, but like Naruto shows you the shit that's gonna happen before it
What I'll
happens a lot
say,
of times.
It
when it comes to,
telegraphs
like,
it a little bit more. I
Yeah,
don't
yes,
know if
when
I'd
it
say
comes to
it's very,
Naruto,
very blatant with it. Whereas Bleach, I would say that out of those ones, and One Piece is, I would say out of the three of them, One Piece is real close to Bleach, in my opinion, with the way that it does it. It might even beat it in like mystery of like what's gonna happen because. Dude, one of the best scenes in Bleach, and I'm gonna say it because Roma's not gonna remember it, is when Ichigo is showing up to that fight, that big battle against one of the main villains, and what are you guys doing? And they all stabbed their other person. Like that's crazy shit, dude. Like Naruto would have shown them all stab that person, and then it would have flipped over to show Ichigo. You know what I'm saying? It's a different form of writing where it's a little bit more shocking. The deaths in Bleach feel a little bit
here's
more
my thing with
because
Naruto.
because the thing with Naruto is everybody that's getting hurt and all this shit that's happening, most of it doesn't matter, but like when it does hit, it hits really fucking hard. And the
You
same
can
thing with Bleach,
also
but in Bleach, there's a lot more deaths, and they'll show you a death straight up, and it's like, no, like that legit happened, like that's real.
kind of, in a way, I'm not saying that like Naruto doesn't know how to have like suspense and like payoff, but as a grown up watching through Naruto, you can kind of see the Itachi twist coming, and you can kind of see the Obito twist coming a little bit,
If
a
you are
little.
somebody that is very learned in writing and you're used to like breaking down writing of TV shows, like if you're somebody like us who's sitting here breaking down Andor, then you might be able to watch an anime and easily break down certain things. Like there was things that I predicted in Attack on Titan. There was also things that there's no way I could have fucking predicted.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what
So
I was going to say is if you have any experience with being analytical about fiction and actually like
Exactly.
thinking about it, you can figure out a shonen plot pretty easy. They're generally going to follow a lot of tropes. There will be some reveals that will just catch you off guard because the human variance in there. But like
Yes, like
I called
like
one of the me and my brother just jokingly called one of the biggest twists in Naruto because we thought it was funny. We were like,
So did
what
I.
if this was the case? And it turned out we were right. Kidding.
which one?
No, we know it's
It's exactly as I
kidding.
expected.
Kidding. Yeah, that's the same thing. I called that too.
Kidding. Yeah.
So I called something years before when it was first slightly hinted at in the Black Clover manga. Crimson, can you guess what that is?
Oh, is this Julius?
Yes.
I did too. The moment he showed up, I called it.
Dude,
The moment he was
the
on
guy in
screen,
the
I'm like,
wheelchair, right?
that dude's fucking sus.
The guy in the
Radar went
wheelchair?
off.
So as soon as he had his symbol where it was on his forehead, and like other shit that just happened to happen, I told my friend and my other friend who were reading it, right? They had shown me it. They sent me the link to read the certain chapters that were out, and I never read it because at the time the anime was still coming out.
Well, the
And we
thing
thought
is,
hold on. And we thought that the anime was still going to get animated. So I wasn't reading it, but they wanted me to read that part, and I read it, and I was like, guys, and I was at their college house, and I was like, guys, that's Julius. And they were like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And I was like, no, it definitely is because of this, that, and the third. Like, it's definitely Julius. Like, he's the guy. Like, it's got to be him. It makes so much sense. Like, think of all this shit. And they were calling me crazy. And then
here's the thing:
months later, these motherfuckers text me in a group chat and they go, "You were right." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "It was Julius." And I was like, "I fucking knew it. I called that shit like 9 months before it was revealed."
Well, there's a whole lot of like things that just start to really like add up. But the big
Well,
thing
that's
for
what
me
I
is
was talking about.
this was way before that chapter ever released that I noted I like had a problem with the guy is he's introduced as having a specific kind of magic, and the first bit of magic you ever see him perform has nothing to do with that magic.
I know. I
And
always
immediately I was like,
always
"Oh,
said that, bro.
this dude is a bad guy."
I gotta add Black Clover onto my list too.
No, because Black
That-
Clover is one of my
that sounds cool.
favorites, dude. Okay, Roman, you love goth girls, but you're gonna fall for Noelle. That's my chick, bro. I fucking love her.
No,
You have a
no,
little,
no,
like,
no.
Funko of her.
No, he's
You
going to
have a
be
Funko of her.
interested in the drunk witch.
Yeah, but also Narrow.
I don't know. I feel like Narrow is a little
Are there any goth girls
she
in
lacks the assets.
Bleach, fellas?
Is there goth girls in Bleach? Fuck yeah, there is.
Perfect.
Every
Cool.
hollow chick. Every a lot of the Quincy chicks. Yes. Some of the Soul Reaper chicks, some of Ichigo's friends. Yeah, there's goth chicks. There's
But yeah.
Roman. Let me just tell you this: Tite Kubo, who created Bleach, knows how to draw his women, and I'll tell you the reasoning that I like Tite Kubo is that all of his women look different. They all have different body types. They all look slightly different in different ways.
And they're all hot.
And they're all hot. Except for some of the ones that are fat. They're not. But even the fat one gets skinny and she's smoking.
Bruh.
Okay, but yeah, as far as to like sort of put a point on this, the one thing that, like I said, Bleach doesn't telegraph its plot as much because a lot of the things that will like happen have like no foreshadowing to them. That's why they come off as much more
they explain it afterwards, which I like.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like
with
Aizen's plan during the Waco Mundo arc. Like lot of you don't see that coming. And a lot of it is like, okay, wow, that was actually an interesting little way to handle that. With Naruto, though, they build up to these things. They give you little nuggets, and that's why it's a little bit more predictable. You can kind of understand what's going to happen. Like with Gaara in the very first arc of Naruto Shippuden. Like you know that like there's a bunch of things that have to happen, and the plot is building up all of these convenient stepping stones for a resolution.
Well, one of the things that sucks too is that Roman's going to go into Bleach the same way that like somebody that listens to our show would go into Star Wars. Like you already know that Palpatine is the villain. So like Roman's going to go into Bleach already knowing that Aizen is the bad guy. Like I went into Bleach not knowing that Aizen was the bad guy. So like when he does his Palpatine moment at the end of season 3, it's like crazy shit. Like and it is still going to be crazy for Roman, but like he's already going to know, right, that Aizen is a bad guy from the start. So it's not.
I just don't know exactly that much about Aizen. So
I know, but you're gonna be like going into the show being like, yeah, at some point he's gonna be doing some crazy evil shit. Like it kind of sucks that you.
The thing about like going from Naruto and Dragon Ball into like Attack on Titan, like it was some like just
and
like the level.
Dude, you're just lucky that we didn't talk about Attack on Titan that much on the show before you watched it.
There's a reason I try not to talk about Attack on Titan a whole lot is because
it was the same thing with me.
If there are people out there who have not watched or finished it, there's a lot in there that it's genuinely just a better experience to go in raw.
Like
when I watched Bleach,
innuendo intended, by the way.
After I finished it, like Crimson, was it you who pointed out that like grown up Eren is in like episode 1?
Spoilers for Attack on Titan. Spoilers for Attack on Titan.
Sorry. Is it you that pointed that out? Because I didn't catch it.
Pointed out what? Hold on. Everybody, spoilers for Attack on Titan for the next 30 seconds.
Are we talking about the screenshot I sent to
the screenshot. I saw the screenshot that you sent.
Yeah, no, that's from season 4.
Excuse me.
No. I'm talking about in episode 2 of season 1 where Mikasa, Eren, and Armin are talking, and then you see this like Yes, and then you see this like adult dude that looks like a lot like Aaron
I think that's fake.
standing near them.
I think that's also from that episode.
I think that's also from the future memories.
Right, but like I'm saying, so like, so is that not in the actual episode
I don't think so.
I think that's in the later episodes.
itself? Because like
Hold on,
I didn't.
you're glitching out.
Oh, so it's him, not me. Okay, that's
I was
good.
gonna say, Roman, you're glitching out.
Yeah, no.
Yo, his
No,
profile
I'm
picture
here.
is that's crazy.
No, but
That's crazy, dude.
That is awesome. We have Thrawn, Evil Eye, and a
it was
Pooh. What a
because
fucking Avengers cast this is.
It was
The most
because y'all were
ambitious
talking Indian.
crossover of all time.
Dude, actually, that's a crazy crossover. You'd be like, Mr. Thrawn,
No, but
Mr. Evil Eye, can you please not stare at me like that? I
so
do
then
not like it.
the thing that I'm saying is though, going from like Naruto and Dragon Ball to like Attack on Titan, like you could go into Naruto and or Dragon Ball and not every single moment of like every episode matter. The thing with Attack on Titan is that everything matters. Every second matters. And that's something that I just was not used to in an anime.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, so does Bleach
and so
from episode 1.
Hearing that
it'll all be
Bleach,
explained. It'll all be explained, but everything from episode 1 of Bleach
that
all
makes
the way
me
to the
hype.
end
That makes me hype.
matters.
Well, and you can go even
That makes me
farther.
hype.
There are other shows that, like, if you enjoy that kind of, I would say it's more mature writing, like basically oriented for like an adult readership. I do have a couple of recommendations as far as like what to like read or watch. And a couple of it's really going to depend on how okay you are with certain kinds of graphic content or themes. There are a lot of like really good anime and stuff like that where you will be presented with all the information to draw the conclusion, but not told the answer outright.
Okay. Yeah, like
or just treated like
I don't
you're
want to be
capable of
baby.
figuring things out on your own.
I don't want to be baby because now that I've seen Attack on Titan, Naruto, and Dragon Ball are kind of like baby animes to me now. And like even to like a lesser extent, Death Note's kind of really, really easy to follow. I want animes that are not that easy to follow. So I think Bleach is a good starting point. And then I'll probably watch Black Clover and I've heard that like, Jujutsu Kaisen's good too.
Oh my
So-
Jujutsu Kaisen is one that kind of will baby you, but it is a fun anime to watch.
Oh, okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen is fucking great.
It's basically just imagine a shonen, but a little bit darker because it's actually willing to kill people.
So like
Yeah, dude, it's literally Naruto, but they fucking kill everybody.
so like is My Hero good?
My Hero is good as well.
What
That's
the fuck? You haven't watched My Hero?
No.
Yes, My Hero is good. My Hero season 7 was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, My Hero is good. It's pretty straightforward with its plot, so it's not like you would really expect a whole lot of like huge like twists or anything. But its characters are good, action is good. Like overall writing, people weren't really happy with the ending for certain reasons that I'm sure the anime will fix now that the epilogue and other stuff have been added onto the series.
I think the anime is gonna have a completely different ending.
But I never had a problem with that because I kind of figured it was coming. The stuff that like I would say is really worth a read I don't think you can watch it, but worth a read at least if you're looking for something to pick up. Claymore is always good. It's kind of like wetting your toes into the darker ends of like manga and anime. You'll get some pretty rough stuff in there, like cannibalism and some other awful things. But it's not going to be to the level of like Berserk, where you will not go a reading session where something doesn't hurt you emotionally.
Right.
But I still do recommend
Okay.
Berserk because Berserk is one of the greatest manga ever written. Sorry,
Or Chainsaw
the
Man.
greatest manga ever written.
Chainsaw
Chainsaw Man's another one where it can be confusing as fuck if you don't
No,
have the
Chainsaw
ability.
Man at this point will just hurt me emotionally, is what I meant.
I like
Oh.
Chainsaw.
Yeah,
I like
you
Chainsaw.
should be reading it, but you're probably not because you don't do your homework.
You know what, bro?
You need to be
You
caught up.
you can read Chainsaw Man for free, by the way.
Yeah, Roman, you need to catch up on Chainsaw Man by the time you. All right, Crimson, send him the link to read it. But you need to catch up on Chainsaw Man by the time that the movie comes out, so that you can come with fictionality.
So
all
if
he
I've
has
seen
to all he has to do is go on his phone and go to get the Manga Plus app, and there's a ton of free manga on there.
Muffler
if
Tape,
I've seen episode 1,
Muffler Tape, he's watched Chainsaw Man. He just hasn't read
if I've
it.
seen season 1, where do I start in the manga?
That would be a question for someone else. I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but
Roman,
you legitimately can find Dandadan and Chainsaw Man on this app, which is why I recommend it.
Roman, that's a simple Google search. You just look up where do I pick up Chainsaw Man after watching season 1 in manga.
Okay.
Because
this is literally something
that's what I looked up and it worked. And I just found the exact chapter that picked up right after the ending of season 1.
Got you.
Where they're kicking them in the balls.
But yeah, like I said, Claymore is a good way to like sort of get into some of the more dark, mature ends of manga and anime. Personally, when it comes to like really detailed, foreshadowed, mature storytelling, the ones that I do recommend are actually like isekais. I really like ReZero and Mushoku Tensei. Those one's going to deal with a lot of bloodshed and the other's going to deal with some uncomfortable topics because Mushoku Tensei is about a really shitty person learning to not be a shitty person.
I also kind of want to get into the Persona anime because like I've played the video games, but I've never watched the actual show. So have you guys ever seen that show? Have you guys seen the Persona anime or no?
I have not.
I don't really do Persona.
I played a little bit of the game.
You don't do Persona Crimson? That's not really your thing?
No, my thing is it's basically all just anime, manga, Minecraft, and
Is Persona not anime? Is Persona not anime?
I mean, it is, but it's just one of those. It comes from a game series that I'm just generally not interested in. It would be like trying to get me to watch I don't know, like a Game of Thrones anime or something. It's just something I haven't really found an interest in getting into.
I mean, yeah, no, it's fair enough. But I will say,
I'm not knocking
anime,
Game of Thrones to anyone. Okay, just saying that I can't
get him out of here. Get him out.
I have not watched it. I can't judge it. I just don't really find.
What'd you say about Game of Thrones?
You're gonna end up in the shed tonight.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
You gonna end up in the shed tonight?
Why is that one not full screen, but the other ones are?
Are you into this?
Are you getting a golden shower?
I hope so.
What is wrong with you?
What?
As long as she's got.
What?
All right.
Wait,
do you know what that means?
I mean,
No.
you did say she, so that gives me hope. I'm just saying. Otherwise,
Wait, what did I just say?
I gotta get up. I gotta walk away.
You know what a golden shower is?
Yeah, you want a girl, which that's progress, to pee all over you.
Is that
A golden shower is getting pissed on.
by
Yeah.
a dude?
But doesn't
If
matter.
that's what you want. You're out of the will, but
You
yeah.
get sexual pleasure from being pissed on. That's what a golden shower is.
You know what?
As long as it's a goth girl, that's fine.
Dude, what the hell am I supposed to say after that?
I said nothing wrong there.
I am
I said
not
nothing wrong
into
there.
getting pissed on. My style is more so bending a chick over every piece of furniture in the house.
I said nothing wrong there. I stand by what I said there. Roman for president 2036. I stand by what I said there.
Now, the troll party is now running on a platform of full nuclear power grid.
Also, Roland, you wanted to play that. You wanted to play that, but you said this.
Bestiality should be legal.
I mean, like, come
Okay,
on,
okay,
man.
okay. Hold on. Does doing a cat girl count as bestiality?
Also, I said that out of context. You said that in context. So
No.
I'll be-
Hold
Hold
on a second. Hold on. This one is out of context. But you don't even give me that, okay? This one's out
Man,
of
when you're
context.
getting banged by a guy and like that guy's just hitting you and he's banging you hard.
Roland popped by Cherry with, like, that one's out of context. Y'all took that one out of context, okay?
You say
All
y'all
right.
like he had any part in it. No. I took that out of context because it was too good not to string those two clips together.
Roland, when did you say that anyway? Was that the same stream that I said that?
I don't know, PB pants.
Would you just call me?
Hold your PB pants.
When did he say what? When did he say what, Roman?
What? What the fuck?
When
What?
you're getting banged by a guy.
You guys both said that during Fictionology Attack on
No,
Titan.
I said that on Fictionology, yeah.
Oh, damn. I don't even recall
Oh,
that.
damn. I can't believe he said that on Fictionology. Damn.
What is wrong with you tonight?
What is
wrong with you
wrong with you tonight? What has gotten into you?
What has gotten into you?
Well, he's paying attention to your analytics. Your viewership goes up every time you guys start fighting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there might be a little bit of the jazz cabbage involved.
There's a little bit of the jazz cabbage involved. Old wrinkly sack's getting hard tonight, boy.
No, I miss the days when Roland could not
I miss the days when
indulge
Roland
the double
cannot
lettuce.
stop talking about them walkers and them woods.
La lechuga del diablo.
What the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on Sunday night?
All right. I'm getting out of here. I'm hungry. So, both of you, fuck you. You're both fucking wankers. I hope you get fucked with an anchor.
Yo, you're an anchor.
All right, bitch. Peace out.
Nobody subscribed to Crimson Law, but everybody subscribed to Crimson Law.
What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What? Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Dude, what's your problem tonight, bro?
What? Excuse me?
Do you want to talk about Battlefront 3?
Oh, dude. Hold on. I have the perfect person to talk about Battlefront 3 with.
Okay.
You know exactly who it is. They like chicken.
Oh, word?
No, this person actually really does has been a hype on Battlefront 3, and I feel like it's the perfect time for me to send them the link.
Well. You just gave that ish away.
You just
Is
gave
now
this away. You just told them who it is.
Now I know exactly who you're
I
bringing.
know
into this
exactly who
steamroller.
we're talking about. Who could it possibly be?
Well, when you said that they like chicken, you gave that part away to me, you see.
Yeah. Now you see. Now you see, Spider-Man.
Muffler
My
tape.
God, that's not the person I was expecting, Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
Fuck you.
Okay, yo,
Muffler
so
tape.
hey,
Yo, that profile picture is crazy.
I just kept it. I really like it. It's pretty nice.
What
Anyway.
is that, bro? What is that?
Oh my God, bro.
It's a meme, man. It's meme
That's
magic. All right.
crazy.
So okay. So I'm sorry, real quick. I'm in between matches, like having a rough Friday, but like you guys were talking so much manga and anime that like I had to jump in. All right. So I'm like, all right.
Friday, man. What's going on, dude?
Oh, dude, just being gay in Warzone, bro. You know how it goes.
Hey, Warzone. You're not
Anyway.
gay.
Well, hey, man, sometimes you get manhandled a little in that game, and that makes you feel like you're pretty gay. So that's how that works.
I do believe through our conversations that you like women.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's, I mean, dude, obviously, like, I mean,
Obviously, I like girls.
Yeah, dude, no, like here, let me see if I can find like.
Let me see if I can find a picture of my nudes. Trust me, I have women. I love you.
Just
bro.
say it.
You're like, yo, let me see if I can find a picture of some hot anime chicks. Believe me, I like women, whether they are animated, drawn, or not.
Yeah, fair enough, man. You know, like no. So okay, so we were talking about Chainsaw Man there for a second, and then we were talking about some other stuff. So let me double check because I was just looking at Chainsaw Man because the movie coming up here pretty soon, and I was trying to find.
Have a release date?
Yeah, it's going to be October for the States, so we got a couple more months.
Is there a new trailer?
I don't think there's a new trailer for it. There's a new trailer for Dawn to Dawn Season 2 that just dropped a couple days ago, which has stuff.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. They've got some of the later arcs in Season 2.
I was going to say, I do believe that I watched it, but let's pull that up real quick because I forgot about that.
Yep. All right, so I'm trying to help you out here, Roman. 1 second here, man.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude.
Oh, yeah. I do like that.
I mean, I could just
doing it too because this is going to sound really weird coming from me, guys, but considering that they're not involved in the development, I trust Netflix with Dawn to Dawn because they know that Dawn to Dawn is big for their platform, so they're going to pump money into it.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're not involved. They're not putting their fingers into it. You know what I mean? So I actually trust Netflix with Dawn to Dawn, which is a very weird thing to say that I trust Netflix with something because I don't trust them with One Piece live action.
I trust them with Dawn to Dawn more than I trust them with more than I trust Crunchyroll with Dawn to Dawn.
That's 100% correct. I'm with
you. Because I mean they didn't even promote them. So okay, real quick, Roman, chapter 38 is Easy Revenge, which is the end of season 1 of Chainsaw Man.
Oh man, I fucking love you, Muffler Tape. You're the best, dude.
That's what I'm saying. But so you want to read that one because that one, it sort of ends on the cliffhanger leading into the next part, and then dude, you're gonna be ready to go, bro. It's gonna be great. And then I'll shut up to watch the trailer. Sorry.
Yeah, all right, let's run it. But Muffler Tape, thank you. So yeah, anybody that wants to catch up on Chainsaw Man before the movie and before season 2 comes out, go and watch that chapter or read that chapter.
Yeah.
And
38.
Chapter 38. Chapter 38 of Chainsaw Man. Please find a way to try and support Chainsaw Man and the creators if you can. If you cannot, I understand if you have to sail the 7 seas. Anyways,
agreed.
Let's get into the Dawn to Dawn Evil Eye official.
Also, I'm not for sure if this is the right one, so I'll try to find it. But yeah, go ahead and start playing this one.
Alrighty, let's go. I believe you're correct. I think I started on 38.
At last, I have control of this body. With it, I shall kill all humans.
I don't think so, dude. Let's do this.
Stay ready, or we're dead!
Congratulations. You shall be the first human I will kill.
I'm going all out.
Oh, come on! How the hell are we gonna get out of here?
If we don't escape from here fast, we're done for. Let the festival begin. Don't look at it.
Muffley, you want to explain anything so far?
Yeah, so this is just going to cover like the first 3 episodes right now. Like, so all this crazy stuff that you're seeing, 3 episodes of Don to Don, you know? So that's the thing. Like, it's Evil Eye is great. And for manga fans of the franchise, this is considered to be like the second, really big arc. The first big arc would have been the one for Acrobatic Silky, which you get in part 1.
Good.
Yeah, but this one's supposed to be even better than Acrobatic Silky. It takes everything from Acrobatic Silky and it amps it up to 11, and then it maintains that for this arc. And then, there's going to be some other stuff there towards the end of season 2 as well. But yeah, this is considered to be the second best arc in the entire series. Which you know the best one. The best one is the Space Globalist arc. So that's
I know that one through osmosis. I have learned about the Space Globalist arc. That's the one that has like the one that looks like a xenomorph come down. And
how the hell have you not read Don to Don?
I know, but I know that's the best arc. Everybody says it.
Okay, that'll be season 3. All right, so that'll be good.
Yeah, and the way that they're pumping out these seasons, we might get season 3 quicker than we think.
I would say about a year and a half. That'd be nice.
No, I have a feeling they would like to make the Space Globalists a movie.
Dude, so here's the thing. That arc is really long, though. Like,
they could build the entire arc up and have the finale of the arc be the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I guess. I mean, like, because here's the thing, man, is that it's
going to be about a Don to Don movie. You know they're going to make a Don to Don movie. They have to. It's going to be big. It's going to be easy. If they're doing a Chainsaw Man movie, and if the Chainsaw Man, this is their test. If the Chainsaw Man movie does well, a rated R movie for anime does well, the same way that the Attack on Titan movie did amazing, which they knew that it would. If the Chainsaw Man movie does great, then I think that we get a Don to Don movie. I think we do.
Here's the thing, though, man, is that, like, as far as the arc length is concerned, though, like, they could have done that with Acro Silky instead, but it's just so early in the franchise. So, like, when it comes to
but Acro Silky as a movie is not good enough for a movie. It's not a good enough story arc.
But again, like, I'll keep pushing back on this, though, just because, like, so when season 3 rolls around and we get that, it's going to be like 6 to 8 episodes of that 12 episode season. So, like, it would have to be a longer anime movie if they were going to do it. And even then, like, I would be worried
how long the fights are going to be.
That's true. That's the thing, though. It's like a giant fight, though. Like, it's once you read it, you could tell me what you think, because there's that one in the Don Mara arc, and I could see them doing the Don Mara arc as a movie too. I think it's because Don Mara is a little bit shorter.
Okay, so maybe you know something else that I don't know yet, because I know basically up to that, but
yeah, dude. I mean, like, we're already done with the first saga of the series. We're on to saga number 2 of Don to Don,
which is crazy.
Yeah, that's why you need to get caught up, bro. Like, same thing with Chainsaw Man, dude. Shit. Sorry.
A grudge that cannot be exorcised.
Oh, hell no!
Playtime is over.
So if you check private chat has the new one.
Wait, in cinemas June 6th. This is a movie.
Yeah, they're taking the first 3 episodes, which are the majority, or it could be the full arc of the Evil Eye arc, and they could be putting that in theaters. Yeah, so it's going to last like 3 or 4 episodes, and that is going to be a movie. Yes. Yeah. So they could be doing that every season. That's the thing too. But yeah, no. But I was just saying, check private chat because private chat actually gives a little bit more teasers for the later part of the season. That's just the movie trailer.
I will check private chat right now.
Yep.
Roman, you still here?
Yeah, man, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just.
He's probably overwhelmed because like I'm talking a lot.
Should I play this?
Yeah, I mean it's totally
You can,
fine.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'll play this. You don't think Crunchyroll's not going to bitch about it, right? Hopefully.
Oh. No, I think it'll be fine, man.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go through it transformatively then. I will give it a like on Crunchyroll. This grudge will never be rid. He's been fighting alone this whole time.
Yep.
Somebody's clearly tied up on the pole.
No women. Sadly.
Oh my god, bro, that face is fucking great.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
the animation's wild, dude. That's the
animation's crazy. Oh man, dude. I'll show him.
Yep. This fight is going to be so awesome.
It's not often you see such an ingeniously strong spirit.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, this fight's going to be epic, bro. There's so many memes about this fight. There's fan animations about it. So that is obviously something that was teased in the end of part 1. Or I say part 1, season 1.
Oh, the homie.
Yep.
The homie.
Oh,
no!
now here. So this is a tease for yeah, but yeah, so
that's the homie.
Yep. Haru, I think, yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yep. Just wait. It gets better. Yeah, boy.
Dude, season 2 is gonna be fucking crazy. What?
Yep. Yeah, they do have the OP. Sorry. Yeah, that's a perfect freeze frame too, man.
That's amazing.
That's a legendary panel from the manga.
Why does Donadon look like low-key crazy?
It's because it is crazy, man. You should read it because, so in addition to reading Chainsaw Man, you should read Donadon because Donadon is fun. The only down days for Donadon are whenever. Sorry, I'm talking over the mute, but yeah, so the only down days are the ones where there's a backstory or something. Those are legendarily rough on a Monday morning, but outside of those, it's great, So.
Turbo Granny.
Yep. Luffy.
Yep. Because of the music. Do it because of music. Music. Probably leave alive. Music, crazy shit. Leave alive. Fuck you, down there.
So, here we go. Wait for it. Yeah, bro. It's great. And I'm glad Crimson agrees with me. Okay. What do you think? Crimson, I think they could do it with the Don Mara arc. I think it's short enough. It's slightly shorter than than the Space Globalist arc. So I think they could probably pull that one off.
Yeah, I can see it.
I got no answers. No, but hey, are you interested in reading Donadon? Because I can tell you where to start Donadon at as well.
I mean, shouldn't I just start on chapter 1?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and do that because you're going to enjoy every panel.
Because I haven't seen the anime, so I probably should just start at the very start.
Nah, bro. Yeah, he
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Start from the beginning, sir. I apologize. I thought you had watched it.
Nah,
No,
I'm
what
not
he should
cultured.
do, first of all, he needs to catch up on Chainsaw Man because he needs to watch the Rize arc. He needs to read the
Yes,
Rize arc.
I
Chainsaw
am
Man
not
first.
doing. I am not watching Bleach and or reading Dandadan until I read the Chainsaw Man stuff. How long do I have?
Well, you have until like October is the release date for the Chainsaw Man
Oh, I
movie
can
in the
do that.
United States. But here's the other thing
I
too.
can
It's
do
only
that.
like 12 chapters. That's what they're doing. They're taking like 12 chapters of part 1 and they're turning into a movie. So you don't even have that far to read.
But that's light work. No, muffler tape.
Well,
don't tell him that he doesn't need to keep reading.
Correct, because you will get spoiled, all right, if you do not finish part 1. Just be forewarned, because part 1 has a lot of significant things that are going to take place in season 2, okay? Whenever they decide to drop that in like 3 to 5 years, whenever they decide to get off
No,
their ass.
I think season 2's coming a lot quicker.
When should I stop?
Dude, season 2 came out.
You can stop at the end of part 1, or you can keep reading. Because Rolo, decided to stop reading, and he's behind now. So he's the only one we can't talk to now on this, so. But yeah, you could stop at end of part 1. That's like 80 or 90 chapters, something like that.
So
is all.
Chainsaw Man season 1 came out in 2022. They're already working on season 2, dude. They've got that shit ready to fucking go. That's gonna fucking pop out. It's been 3 years. That shit's gonna pop out after the movie, like a year after the movie.
I hope so, man.
I think
I really do.
After the movie.
They have to, man, because the thing is that
I think it's gonna be so. Like, if it's coming out this October of 2025, I think that they're gonna announce the season 2 Chainsaw Man. Like, I think at the end of the movie, it'll say Chainsaw Man will continue February, or January, or fucking June, or maybe even October 2026.
What I anticipate is that they're going to announce the season 2 will be in December, because that's when they do it. Anyway, but yeah, because that's when all the anime announcements are in December, and my friends are upset at me, so I apologize. But yeah, I'll hit you guys up on it, all right? And I'll keep talking to you maybe later tonight.
Oh
about
man, your
anime
friends are all mad.
I know. I'm sorry, man. Hey, anyway, they're giving me grief. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, Roman. Be good. Hey, you got to read and then talk to us about it, man. I'm going to have fun doing that, all right?
Man, bro.
I will.
All right, be good, Rolo.
Thank you.
Roman, why do you sound so far away?
Because I'm far from my mic. I'm sorry.
I'm so far away.
So, bro.
We have
now hit.
I'm gonna make a phone call to said person that I want to bring on here.
Well, you kind of gave it away earlier when you said chicken.
Yeah, I know. But keep the stream going for a second. I'm gonna call him.
Okay, I got you. All right. So, let's see.
Basically, if you don't have a penis, don't hit on me.
Because everyone is asking, we're going to tell you. Yes, I have sex with my husband.
Rolando, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? How are you? How's life? Rolando, what's going on? What's happening? Also, Rolando, I will forever and always love your profile pic, B. That's hype. That is sick. I love it. Also, Rolando, I don't know if you can see yourself, but you see yourself down in chat. Rolo loved Andor. He so um here's like from what I gathered, he thought the first 3 episodes were slow. Same with me. Loved 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Um, so and that's kind of how I felt too. Like the same way that I feel about season 1, I feel the same way about season 2. So what did you think of it? Did uh wait, the cooler version of Nick Fuentes? Nick Fuentes is not cool. So anything is cooler than Nick Fuentes.
Yo.
Oh, word.
So
You're
I want to wait. I want to wait to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 3 and Star Wars
okay.
Battlefront until a certain person is available in the next 20 minutes. That person told me to get on the call. But I see that Rolando A. Ramirez is here, my Mexican brother. What is up, my friend? The only thing that I wanted to say was he asked me what did I think of Andor. I think I can talk about Andor for the next 15, 20 minutes.
If you want to, sure.
Or at least we can talk about something else. I think you and I can talk about Andor for the next 15, 20 minutes. I loved it. Thought it was phenomenal. I think I do definitely agree with, and I know I don't have to explain to you, Rolando, who Ryan is when I say this, but RK Outpost, I agree with his stance that, like, if this was something that came out, like, this is one of the things he agreed with, at least, that if this show were to come out before the sequel trilogy, I think we would have had a much different thing. Hey, Rolando, man, I love you, dude. You're the best. It's so cool having friends here, man, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
we're
nice.
not that big of a stream, but like we got Rolando here who also hangs out on a stream that's got 100,000 freaking people watching it. But he also comes over to our stream to hang out and say what's up. That's pretty fucking.
And I low key kind of dig now being able to see chat down here. It's
Well,
actually
dude, how cool will it be? Well, we'll have to pull that chat down on certain streams if we have more than, I don't want to cover anybody's face with that.
Yeah.
How cool would it be if we were to go down to like, the Orlando meetup or something like that, hang out with Rolando, see him at a meetup,
That'd be mad cool.
hang out with everybody. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll see the people from Vindicta down there. That'd be fucking cool.
So I actually
ICCC just happened and Star Wars Theory was there and he didn't get kicked out. Wow, surprising. A lot of people
said that you said we got 20 minutes to kill.
Well, here's something that I want to talk to you about. So Star Wars Theory was going to ICCC, and John Graber was there. A couple other people were there, and
I saw Sarge was there.
Yeah, Sarge was there, and before all of that, EBN was there too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That the Echo Base Network guys were there. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Nick. You guys rock. But I'm pretty sure they were all there. And Star Wars Theory had a booth there. And before that, when it was first announced that Star Wars Theory would be having a booth there, there was people that were pulling out, people that were boycotting ICCC for having Theory there because he was anti-Star Wars and all this other shit. We talked about that, and I believe that was bullshit. And now we have seen that Star Wars Theory was there. It was great. Apparently, he's going to be releasing a vlog. But I do find something interesting. Theory also released a video saying that basically the Andor fans won. And I don't mean that as a win. Nobody was trying to win anything. We just wanted him to cover the content, see what he thought. And I had always commented on Theory's videos, when he said I'm not going to cover Andor, what you guys can go and see, you will find a comment that says Roland knew, and it will say that I say, hey man, to each their own. If you don't want to cover it, that's fine. I wish you would. I would like to see your opinion on it, but if you don't cover this thing, that's totally fine. And he actually posted a video the other day going, should I cover it? Because everybody's commenting on all my videos. Why the fuck haven't you covered Andor? And I think it is a massive mistake that he didn't. Personally, I do. I think as a
covered the
content
Acolyte.
creator,
He covered Acolyte.
yes,
So.
yes, that's what I'm saying. If you like, listen, I've met the man multiple times. I've spoke to him. He's a good person. I really like him as a person. I've talked to him on stream. I've been on his streams. I've been lucky enough to be on one of his streams, and I am very grateful to Star Wars Theory, because I wouldn't have the guts to do what I have done for you guys for the past 2 years if it wasn't for Star Wars Theory. So I do think that, and also everybody from Geeks and Gamers and The Rock and whatnot, all the YouTubers I watch, but Theory was the major one. And if I could actually ask him, I would say, man, like I think that you're missing out on a big opportunity here. I think that covering Andor would be lucrative for you, to say the least, and definitely beneficial within the eyes of the public. People loved Andor season 1 in hindsight, and people will also love Andor season 2, and they did. In fact, season 2 is getting rave reviews. It's doing fantastic. It is now just jumping up in the charts on Disney Plus. Like I just think for you, my friend, as yourself, it is just a mistake to not cover it. And I did say that, but I said, hey, to each their own. If you don't want to cover it, you don't have to cover it. I'm still gonna watch.
Did he say why he didn't want to?
I never. Yeah, he did. He had a problem with the rape scene, which we covered, which was definitely not anything even close to a rape scene. I've watched Game of Thrones. I've watched shows where there is a rape scene. I've walked through the room as my mother is watching Handmaid's Tale. This is nothing close to anything like that. So it is a moot point. And other than that, it is he said it's just too not Star Wars for him. I understand that, but I think you should still cover it, because Acolyte's not Star Wars to you either. And to all these people that say, like, well, Andor is not Star Wars because it doesn't have enough, like, lightsabers and all this other shit, you are also the same people that are also talking shit on the Acolyte. So what do you want? Because right now, when they're giving us good storytelling that takes place in the world of Star Wars, and you people are saying, and I will use the term you people, when you guys are saying, like, hey, we don't like Andor because it's too on the nose, it's too political, it's too this, it's too that. Well, they're giving us adult Star Wars, which we were asking for during the sequel.
You were asking for it.
We were asking for this, and they're giving it to us, and people are bitching about it during season 1, and people are bitching about it during season 2. Well, they're not going to give it to it. They're going to go, well, that didn't work out. We spent $700 million on this thing, and it lost. We knew it would lose some money, but we gave them what they wanted, and they didn't even give us half of what we wanted back. Like, that's the problem, because they're giving us what we were asking for. It's just the first step in making one of those shows, because Andor is fucking phenomenal. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, watch Andor. My aunt is not a big Star Wars fan. She saw the original trilogy in theaters as a kid, and she took her kids to see this. She took my cousins to see Revenge. No, she didn't, actually. She showed my cousins Revenge of the Sith through me as a kid, because my cousins were younger than me. And she was never big into, like, sci-fi or Star Wars or whatever. But she has watched Andor because of my mom's recommendation. So she watched Andor all of the way through and then watched Rogue One and fucking loved it. And she might be watching this right now going, yeah, Rolls, I did like it. Maybe she is. But what I'm saying is normies like Andor, like it's a fucking compelling show. It's good. Whether you like Star Wars or not, it's good.
People want, I think, and I'm not saying this to justify Roland. I'm saying people want lightsabers and they want pew pews. They 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 don't want the sequels.
No,
but they want.
Hold on one second. I just want to reply to Rolando real fast before you continue. I agree, Rolando. I understand what you mean. It was too on the nose to say rape, but if she had said like something along the lines of he tried to attack me, he tried to assault me, something like that, it wouldn't have flown by. But Tony Gilroy specifically said I wanted to make that a point, and I don't see that a problem because he did try to rape her, and if she's trying to tell a guard he tried to rape me, like if this was in Game of Thrones, nobody would have a problem with Sansa yelling out to a guard. Like, let's say she was in the same predicament. Nobody would have a problem with Sansa or any of the other girls yelling out of the room to a guard, he tried to rape me. No one would have a problem with that. So I don't see the problem with that in Star Wars. I think it's okay. I think it's all right. It happens. Tyrannical regimes would do that. Now, do I agree with that? But that is how it was explained by a couple other people, and I think that works. Some of which were on EFAP that did not have a problem with it, and I kind of agreed with them because it didn't hit me that wrong. I did, however, and I said this on the stream, when that scene happened, I looked at my mom and my dad because we were watching it together as a family, and I said, people are going to have a problem with this. And both my parents are like, what do you mean? And I was like, no, there's going to be a huge thing on Twitter. Like, people are going to have a problem with the fact that she said rape. People are going to have a problem with this. And I was correct.
But to the point that I was making, people
Rolando, I actually did see your comment. I might have liked it. But I did see your comment. I try to keep in touch with you guys. Between Rolando, Nagradnall, a couple other people that I see throughout the sphere, I'll see you guys comment on certain things, and I try to give my like or comment back or something. Let you guys know I'm around the sphere too. I see you. I see you. I say what's up.
To the point that I'm making, I think what you were talking about, the fans want, essentially, I think they want Revenge of the Sith, Battle of the Heroes 24/7.
Yeah, a lot of people do want Battle of the Heroes 24/7. I agree with you. I think that's stupid. The fact that like that's what that baffles me is I'm like Theory, like you covered Acolyte, but you have a problem with covering Andor
when Andor is 400 times better. Andor's 400 times better.
Great happens, although I did laugh when Chris Gore made that joke about making it a Star Wars term. He blorgled me.
Passion junkie brain rot.
Well, yeah, like he blorgled me more like McClunky.
There's action in Andor though.
Dude, there's great action in Andor. In season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up. There's like
it's just not like,
and you know what? Even though it might not be a battle, there's a blaster fight. Like them escaping Aldhani, every shot means something. Because every shot hits somebody. And every shot that hits somebody fucking means something. You lose people on your team or you kill the Imperials. Every fucking shot means something. in season
said
1
in the
and
past.
season 2. Andor's
You
phenomenal.
said,
And
you
same thing with
said
Rogue One. Every shot means something.
you've said in the past that Star Wars fans that we don't get what we want a lot of the time, and that like Disney doesn't listen to
But
us.
sometimes we don't know
But
what we want either. That's the other thing. That
would you say that
Andor was
would you say that
reinforced.
like the
I would
fans that
tell
are mad
you-
at Andor
I would tell
are
you
like
that
super
Andor,
toxic?
Hold on. I would tell you that Andor is what we do not like. We did not want, right? Nobody was asking for Andor, and it ended up being the best thing ever. It was a character that was a derivative character of Han Solo based on a prequel film that was made on A New Hope for Disney. It with a character in there that basically didn't do that much in said film, and then you make an entire show about him, and now people are saying, "Well, fuck, we wish we had 5 seasons as opposed to 2." Because they were supposed to originally get 5. That is how you do storytelling. When you have people wanting more, but people also saying, I'm glad that we got what we got. And if we had more, because that's how Cobra Kai was, right? It was like, that was perfect ending. We don't need more. 6 seasons to the end, done. Don't need more. And I'm hoping that Stranger Things sticks to landing. I'm hoping that House of the Dragon can stick to landing. You know what I mean? It's these shows like that. And Andor has stuck the landing though. It is a perfect segue into a new. So here's the thing: if you were to show somebody Star Wars for their very first time,
I could start with Andor, honestly.
they know nothing about Star Wars. They've never seen it. They're old enough to get away with like understanding some adult themes. You know what I mean? Let's say they're at least 16 to like it's your niece or nephew or your daughter or son, and they're old enough now to actually watch Andor and understand it, and then go from Andor into Rogue One, and then into A New Hope, and then into the original trilogy, and then into the prequels. It's going to be an amazing story for somebody like that.
So you're adding Andor into that now?
I would.
Zach, what's going on?
So Rolando, I do not agree with this statement. What do you think of people saying that it's the best Star Wars content ever? I don't agree with that statement. I think it is the best Star Wars content since George Lucas. I don't think it's better than the prequels. I grew up with the prequels. I love the prequels. That's been stated many times. That's okay to say. I do, however, understand why some people might say it's the best thing since the OT. I also can understand the argument as to why it's the best thing since Empire. So yeah, I can understand the argument, but I don't agree with it. I think it's
I'm
the
not of
best
that.
Disney has produced. And I don't think it was Disney. I think it was Tony Gilroy. Disney had nothing to do with it. From everything that we've known, everything that we've been told, Disney has nothing to do with this.
Disney didn't even promo it, really.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. They did not.
Zach, what's happening?
Zach, what's happening? What's happening, Zach?
Zachy poo.
Zach? What's happening, Zach?
Zachy?
Come on, man. What's up? Come on, man. What's up? What's
My
up,
man's
man?
changing his profile picture.
Come on. What's up? Come on, man.
Why are you talking like that, fam?
Why are you talking to? Who's the monkey in him? Who's the one that told me to finagle it?
What?
As a footama, the shutama. Donald Trump is not the man. He's a guy.
Zach, are you gonna talk or are you just gonna stare at me?
Just gonna sit here. Yo, what if I just made Nelson Mandela the background?
I can't believe that I did that. I can't believe that I actually did that once. It was for a Monday Night Mayhem. We were talking about the Mandela
Nelson.
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 Oh man.
He'll also make
Oh man.
Make it the Halo Reach background.
He doesn't have bone cancer. He's got colon
No,
cancer.
President Biden has did you say colon cancer? It's prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. Apologies. That's still painful though.
It's got the same cancer my dad had, but way worse.
Well. Anyway,
the chat fits. Hold up. Tell me how the chat fits with the Halo Reach fucking background.
It does, bro.
So good. Look at it. It's just like 2010. Dun, 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 dun,
Dude, this is kind of hype.
All
right, so like, is Zach gonna talk or am I just waiting
That's
for?
what I'm fucking waiting for. Gonna say something?
He's muted.
Is he? Yo, chicken tits.
Chicken shit won't work. Huh?
Well,
You've been on here before.
I was gonna say that's fucking on you.
Are you on your phone?
He can hear you. You don't have to say it like slowly. Are you on your phone? He's not a caveman.
It's because I'm typing that shit, Roland. Calm your tits, okay?
Dick and ball cancer. Crimson Law, why the fuck you left? I'm about to invite the Mexican version of me instead of you.
Plug in your microphone if you have one.
Y'all are so retarded.
What? What'd you say?
I said, y'all are so retarded, dude. Yeah.
I am not a retard. I resent that.
You do? You wouldn't resent that if you weren't a retard.
You know, I mean, you know what? I am a retard. I own it though. Don't make me beat your ass on Sunday night, Roland.
Fucking what? You gonna wait till Sunday?
Yep.
RoloRome cast the musical? Dude, I will do that. I would do an entire RoloRome cast where I sing.
No balls.
You can sing everywhere that you want to hear. Like Zach and his broken mic.
Plug it into your computer.
Yeah, bro. Plug it into your computer. Just like Roman just said. Plug it into your computer. Plug it in. Plug it in. Right into the computer. The computer.
RoloRome cast the musical. We should make that a movie.
I'm just what I'm fucking saying, dude. I've been saying this since day one. We need to take it on the road. Musical. RoloRome cast.
I don't think I've ever said that, but
You can
I
bring
asked it happen too.
all 17 of your exceptions can be part of it. And you
You know
can have
what, bro?
some
Fuck
big
you.
step on your nuts.
That's all that I want. I want goth girls
Oh
to step
my,
on my nuts.
oh my god, bro, that's all that I want. He says.
And I
John Graber, the pastor, used to say things on here that you would go, "My mom is listening," and now you are quite literally going, "I want a goth chick to step on my nuts."
there's nothing wrong with me saying that.
Your mom
Yeah.
knows this.
No.
She says
She
now.
she tunes out of the pod after
Bro,
like
Rolando, you have
an
not been
hour.
filled in. Pause. But you have not been filled in.
Rolando doesn't know. Oh shit.
Roman's on his goth girl arc.
Yes, I am. And I'm based for it. And I'm not wrong for it.
He'll tell you he's based for it.
Roland, you
Roland.
are so full of shit. If a
Why
goth
am I
girl
so
walked
full
up
of
to you, you would get on your knees and bark for her. Okay?
No, fuck, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Bark?
Yes, bark.
Bro, I've dated a fucking goth girl before.
Oh, your last
You
girlfriend?
know I'm correct in this.
She was not goth, bro.
She had purple hair and piercings left, right, and center. What are you talking about? And tattoos.
She didn't act like a goth girl.
Okay. She was a gamer girl that was into fucking goth music. That was
Goth
also
goth goth girls are sweet, caring, and will show you aftercare.
so was she. But she was also an alcoholic that would do the exact opposite of all of those things.
I mean,
And I have nothing against her. I hope she's okay.
yeah, I mean, you don't know if she watches the pod or not, but no, I mean,
Device not connected, then I don't give a fuck if she watches the pod or not. It's my podcast. You can't dictate what I say.
Crimson, I know everything about goth girls, bro. Goth girls are my dream. They are my life. I will do anything for them.
Zach says device not connected. You gotta try and connect your mic to StreamYards, bro. I don't know what else to tell you.
Goth girls are psycho bitches with daddy issues. Yes, and I can be their daddy. And then they can be my
Oh
mommy.
my fucking god. They can be your what?
What's wrong with having a dummy mommy?
Hello?
And they can be Zach, are you hearing this?
I just got back.
Roman said that goth girls he can be their daddy and they can be his
Dummy mommy.
Zach, are you aware that Roman is on his goth girl summer? Like,
Yeah, I couldn't tell with all the black he's wearing.
he's on a goth girl arc. No,
Cut my...
Zach, would you let a goth chick step on your balls with a high heel?
No, what the fuck?
Roman would.
If it was Rhea Ripley, yes, you would.
Cut my wrist and black my eyes.
Zach, if it was Rhea
Just
Ripley,
so Roman can sleep tonight. He wants a goth girl.
Nope.
Should do him well.
Roman, you
she
have to ask
will.
the questions.
The last Ronin. More like the last Roman.
Zach, you're telling me that you would
Guys,
not
I
let
found
her...
Roman today on the side of 7-Eleven. I go to view him like 3 times. Roman!
Dude, this isn't
Roman!
even bullshit. Bro,
He's
Zach
not in. His head just pops up like a bird. Looks around, goes back down to his phone. Yo, dude! And the next thing you know, I see him take his earbud out, and I'm like, yo, Roman! And the next thing you know, he's in my car, I'm taking him home.
Zach,
yes that's really gay.
or no?
And I'm taking him home. We were driving him to his house.
Well, yes. For a ride home, yeah. really gay. Rowan,
Yes
No,
or no, Zach?
what? Oh,
To
to
her.
this? I'm good.
You're insane, my
I
guy.
said the same thing, dude.
If you're turning Rhea Ripley down, you're crazy.
Any girl who has bigger arms than me, I'm good.
No, bro, she can lift you. She can take care of you and love you and hug.
Bro, I'm 300 pounds. She lifted my fat ass, and she ain't lifting you either.
Bro, she lifts 300-pound women constantly. What are you even talking about?
Women, I'm a man. I'm a man.
She can probably lift men too. She can lift me. She can fix me. She can change me.
Oh wow, fix them, guys. Everyone, in chat, type in how they're gonna fix Roman. I'm staying dominant.
I love you, Rolando.
Look. No, look. I'm not wrong for my view, okay?
Do you see Adam Sandler's face in the water boy right there? That's how I view you.
Well, you know what, man?
Also, guys,
Zach,
just a heads up for everyone listening. I'm sick. I got the nasally sound coming.
All right, nasal man.
And breathing all hard and shit.
Look,
start solo campaign. Let's do it, dog. Let's start this campaign.
Breathing hard.
Put on extra hard. Let's see what you got.
Extra hard. That's how I go with all goth girls, bro. Extra hard. Extra hard.
What?
It's all silence for Roman for going extra hard.
Roman, what did you just say?
What?
That's how you like your goth girls extra hard?
That's how I go for them.
Jay, did you win any
extra hard
rating for that? Oh no, Jay's
here
anymore.
Anyway, so
your name's
let's
not Jay.
Let's talk about Star Wars Battlefront 3 before Roland disowns my friendship.
Battlefront 3? Never gonna come out?
That's what you said that he was coming to talk about, Roland, was Battlefront 3.
He was going to talk about all the fucking updates for Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen what Saga is yet?
Nah, I haven't even played it, bro. I gotta.
Neither have I.
I gotta download it again.
Can we look up? How do we, Mr. Stream Master, look up on YouTube and share it with the crowd?
Right, look up Star Wars Battlefront 2.
No. Type in Saga.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star
Wars Saga. SAGA.
Okay. I know how to spell Saga, Zach. Thank you.
You sure?
Star Wars Saga. Yeah, I'm like 92.9% certain. Star Wars Saga. Okay.
That game is so old, and I think it's still pretty good.
That game was the first game that came out on Xbox One.
Yeah, dude.
It's not a bad game, yeah. It's actually not that bad.
Star Wars Battlefront Saga. Battlefront Saga. There we go. Got it.
Do I gotta find it? I'm gonna look it up for you.
I got it, bro.
Zach,
I'll look it up for you, dude.
Zach, you
it's
can
not
share
Saga.
Zach,
it's
you should
Sagas.
Hold on, Zach. If you go into StreamYards, it should give you a share option. You can share it.
I am in StreamYards.
Yeah, you should see the present tab at the bottom.
Yeah.
Stream cards.
So just ask to share it, and I can
share stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it should give you the YouTube tab.
Yeah.
And then click on that. And then there we go. Look at that. Roman can allow you to show it.
Sorry, that's The Revenant. Great movie for those who have never seen it.
Legendary. All right.
Yeah, The Revenant is fire. Look at all this porn.
Yeah, this is
Zach,
the one.
Zach, you're watching porn?
The base game movement, combat, and airstrike mechanics, the small team of developers has managed to create one of the best-looking Star Wars games.
Can you guys see this or no?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, just
out there. Here you can find some similar Battlefront
You can
classes with
turn it down
epic
a little bit,
customization abilities,
What?
secondary blasters,
Turn it down a
and
little
so
bit,
much
though.
more. Right before we jump into the Republic Commando co-op campaign,
Look at that
Make it full.
Commando co-op campaign.
Future in the game, the stunning maps. Their project includes even a build from scratch.
You can call it a
Geonosis
fucking
map,
airstrike.
also with the Galactic Assault game mode. Other maps are remastered and improved Coruscant from
Hey, yeah, it's
2008
Coruscant.
Battlefront 2, Mustafar, Mos Eisley Mustafar from Battlefront 2, and the Camino training ground from the notorious Republic Commando game. Also, check out how beautiful the ambience is on these maps.
That's really cool.
Yeah, like what?
That's really cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is Insurgency Sandstorm with mods. This is where Anakin just killed everybody.
Yeah, that's Mustafar. That's Udi Powell.
Look at that pistol. That pistol look familiar?
Yeah, it does actually.
Totaling up to 6 maps for now, with more on the way. These include both PvE and PvP game modes like Domination, Galactic Assault, King of the Hill, and many more. That means you can play co-op versus bots, play alone against bots, and also play against other players. Before mentioning the future updates of Star Wars, let me tell you how easy it is to access the mod. We all know how difficult Battlefront 2 is to mod. Well, here you can do it in just 4 clicks. First,
Ew, the pistol, dude.
Insurgency Sandstorm, which is $30 on Steam or cheaper on CD keys at just $10. If you have the game, all you need to do is go into the main menu.
So yeah,
mods,
this year just shows you the mods, and you know. Now, I would love to show you the other one.
You need a Soul or RPG, because the RPG can take down obviously enemy gunships. You need a support. This is like the most picked class, I think, in this game. You can also deploy a shield or provide ammunition to your allies, which is crucial as well. Well, let's be honest, most people pick the support class because of the rotary blaster. The scout is obviously the sniper, so you need that as well. He's got abilities or equipment that can spot. Battlefront 2 just received the best online update yet. New heroes are
this
added
looks
to the
wild.
game. New skins for super classes, more primary and
Do you guys see
secondary
it?
weapons, plus
Yeah,
custom abilities, proximity chat, brand new maps, and
Like, look at that!
Umbara? What?
Yeah, dude!
The Kyber 2.0 update. Choose your favorite era, your favorite hero.
The Commando Sniper?
With your fellow troopers.
Yo, Darth
The new
Revan?
Battlefront 2 era has begun.
Bro. Who was that? With the double red?
Ventress.
So this is called Kyber. This is their mod. You know,
Yeah, I know about Kyber. I've been following it for years. This is the newest update for Kyber.
Here, and we can finally enjoy Battlefront 2 as it was supposed
Dude.
to be. After 7 years, we are at last able to play our favorite Star Wars characters and maps online. Made by the Star Wars Battlefront 2 community, this brilliant update allows you to host and join public servers, so we can finally avoid the many issues we had with latency, cheaters, and most importantly, load easily any modded extension packs from Nexus mods. It's incredible how simple this works.
Yeah, it's
all you need to do is have the Kyber app installed, choose the game mode you want, and join a server in your region. Before we get into installing the app, let's talk about the huge amount of content Kyber allows you to play with. If you are more focused on playing trooper reinforcements,
how many troopers there are,
accurate
dude?
heroes, then Battlefront Plus is the best thing for you. There is so much variety in Battlefront 2 now because you can choose to equip more primary and now even secondary weapons. There are 66 new blasters and pistol variants that you can choose from and even pair them together. Meaning you can run a primary blaster rifle, a secondary pistol, and officers can also use binoculars for different abilities.
Bro, this is hype.
Strikes. Here you will find iconic blasters such as the Geonosian Sonic Blaster.
Make sure you're fucking here. The Geonosian Blaster, bro, from the original Battlefront.
That used to be OP.
Disruptor rifle. And the Commando DC-17M Sniper.
The Commando Sniper, dude. I remember Christian and Corey would play split screen.
Yo, what?
And they would try to what?
In
Bro,
case you
I
are
need
more
to get
oriented
back on this
towards playing
game
Legend
right
characters,
now.
then
No,
you
this
can
is on
choose to play
PC,
the
dude.
Battlefront Expanded Pack on the Kyber server.
I got
This one includes 6
Who's that?
new lightsaber and
I can
blaster
literally get.
modes, along
Savaggio
with
Press from Clone
reinforcements, which
Wars.
we have covered in a previous video. Both mod packs include characters with custom animations and particle effects, the difference being that Battlefront Expanded also includes more heroes from Legends and other Star Wars games, such as Starkiller, Cal Kestis, and many more. If you want to try a different version of Battlefront 2, there's also the Battlefront Realistic Overhaul, which makes the game, well, more realistic, making all units
Holy
less
shit.
tanky, including heroes, decreasing regen, and removing most of the HUD. This mod essentially turns Battlefront 2 into a tactical shooter and a completely different experience. Friendly fire is also a thing, heroes are not that tanky and OP anymore, and the best thing is that you can pair it up with other mods such as Expanded and Battlefront Plus. In my personal experience, these are the best packs out there that can be paired up with Kyber, and the fact that we can finally
Never
play all
stop.
these incredible projects together online is absolutely amazing. Of course, you can pair up Kyber with other mod packs or even individual mods such as the Umbara map, Magito, Coruscant, Dagobah, and so on. Before we move on to showcasing the online gameplay, let's discuss about Kyber. Kyber is right now in its phase 1 beta testing, which means you can join up by either applying for it or
It's sick.
supporting them on Patreon. The first phase will last 1 or 2 more weeks, then a couple of other testing phases
Alright, well,
will
I get the
occur, and
gist of
lastly
it.
the full
of it.
version
Yeah,
will be
yeah. I
released
mean,
to the
there's
public
just so
for
much
free.
they're
In short
adding, or
terms,
you know.
But yeah, it's all
hey, no
fan
misses.
stuff.
Let's use our armor enhancement.
So what?
It's all the fans doing it. Like,
Yeah, which is insane if you think about it.
no, I mean, yeah, it's fucking dope. But yeah, there's Ventress.
Oh, these are pretty sick.
Oh my god, it's got her voice and everything.
Oh no. I don't want to die this quick, come on.
Ew.
Oh, dude, that's actually a selfless for her.
Ew.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
Starkiller.
I loved Unleashed, man. I really do.
Dude.
To see this again, this is so sick.
I would fuck shit up as Ventress.
Yeah. Is that what's his name from fucking?
That's Starkiller. Yeah.
No, the one he was attacking from Rogue One.
Andor. Maybe.
No, not Andor. The bad guy. Where's the white cape?
Krennic.
I don't know. Comes to the beginning of the movie.
Krennic. Probably.
Oh wow, this game just looks wild.
Well, those were in those flashbacks are in the original game.
Yo, what?
Oh, yo, it's Pre-Vizsla. What? Pre-Vizsla versus Mace Windu? Are you fucking shitting me?
This is so sick, dude. Yeah. Oh, Mace Windu's with his ass. Yeah, Mace Windu's got this. No, Mace Windu, you totally sold me out. That's a Darkblade, or what's it called, right?
Darkblade.
Yeah, what are they called?
Zach, did you know a kid in high school used to refer to himself as Darkblade?
What's up?
Zach, did you know a kid in high school that used to refer to himself as Darkblade?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, I think.
No.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Because Sean and Richard both knew a guy that used to call himself Darkblade.
Okay, well, I'm not Sean and I'm not Richard.
Yeah, but you graduated the same year as them.
No, Sean graduated a year before us.
Okay, well, Richard graduated the same year as you, and Richard knew him. He was in Richard's grade. It was a kid who would call himself a Darkblade. I guess that's Darkside Anakin.
Damn.
Is there like any cover on this?
Look at the fucking sky.
Like rocks on
Is there cover on
At least it's not like the Naboo Plains map. There's no cover at all on that one.
Oh, dude, Naboo Plains unrealistic overall is just like insane.
The fact that there's no HUD above the enemies or your teammates is just crazy. You can't tell who's who. I'm gonna try a bit of boba.
You can't do it, Boo. That's a crazy game. This
Wait, be
game is
careful,
not.
because we can lose the hell. We can lose our
There's
health
no cover on this.
very
No.
quickly, and you can see the region is a lot slower.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright, I get it.
Darth Maul. See,
Darth
with
Maul.
only go, what is it? 290 health.
My man, Maul.
Oh well.
That's hype, bro.
Damn, he took mad damage.
That's hype, though, fellas.
No
I actually
way.
really dig that.
Yeah, it looked like a good game.
Like that. That. Anakin Skywalker.
So yeah, there's that.
Can I play as
60 plus heroes, dude.
Zach, you have to hit stop sharing.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I know. 60 plus heroes is fucking crazy.
Anakin Skywalker? Yeah.
Bananakin. It's over, Bananakin. I have the chance.
Anakin.
Roman, I know you
It's
had.
so-
I know you had other topics.
Well, yeah. So we it took us 3 hours to get to the first one, but I wanted to actually. I wanted to bring up
Dude, we can start
and
talking about Lord of the Rings again.
we could, or if you don't mind, indulge me for like a half a second. So I was talking with my family, just like in general, about like plot holes in movies and shows, and I wanted to ask y'all: are plot holes a bad thing if they're not noticeable?
Depends on the plot hole. Are plot holes? Wait, what was the question? Are plot holes a bad thing if they're not noticeable?
Are plot holes bad if they're not noticeable? Kind of like, in A New Hope, when Obi-Wan is talking to Luke about his father, but Anakin never said any of that stuff to Obi-Wan about Luke ever. So I consider that to be a plot hole. But I don't really care because A New Hope is a fantastic movie. So it doesn't really bother me and it doesn't kill the whole story, but it's just something that I noticed. So is a plot hole bad if it doesn't drag down the movie is a better question. Like if it doesn't kill the movie or show, can a plot hole be allowed to slide? Essentially.
I don't know.
I don't think you can ever truly let one slide, but we can all acknowledge one and just be like, yeah, it's whatever.
Would you agree that what I mentioned in A New Hope?
There's plot holes in the original 6 Star Wars, and it's like you let it slide. There's plot holes in a lot of anime. It's like you'll let it slide. It's like, yeah, it doesn't quite make sense that happened that way, but there's plot holes in Harry Potter. There's actually not plot holes in Lord of the Rings. Some people will tell you that the Eagles are a plot hole, but they're explained. Why they didn't just hop onto the Eagles and fly there is explained.
But yeah, so because I was thinking about that, and I was thinking I want to ask Roland this because I know that you love A New Hope, but when Obi-Wan's talking about Anakin and all of that stuff to Luke,
he's lying.
What happened?
He's lying. He says that in Empire. He's lying. He said all of that was true from a certain point of view. He was right, but he was lying.
All right, but when he shows Luke his lightsaber and says, "Your father wanted you to have this when you were, old."
Obviously that's a lie. Yeah.
So that's not a plot hole.
That's not a plot hole.
That's not a plot hole?
No.
Oh. Damn. Okay. Never mind then. Shit.
That's what
So
the
Obi-Wan's just flat out lying to him there?
That's what the
Damn.
definition of a plot hole.
Hold on, bruh. Relax. Also, Crimson, chill out. Okay. Excuse me. What is a plot hole?
Dude.
A plot hole is a flaw in a story's plot, a gap or inconsistency that breaks the logic of the narrative. Okay.
Now ask what a butthole is.
I mean,
Robin.
you can, but
Robin, there's a very easy example of a plot hole. It's in Star Wars. It's very easy. The example is in Return of the Jedi. And I'm not reading this. Look, I'll show my watch this. I'll show my face and fucking everything. The example is in Return of the Jedi that Leia is talking to Luke when Luke is telling her that he's her brother, and she says that she's always known somehow. She says that she remembers her mother's face, but in Revenge of the Sith, she never sees her mother's face. That's a plot hole.
yeah.
That's a plot hole. It doesn't make sense. She couldn't have remembered her mother's face because she never met her mother.
Right.
But
yeah.
In the novels that George Lucas made, it's explained that through the Force, like she knew her mother's face as a baby, like type shit. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like it was explained, but it's like no, like that's a plot hole that he had to explain.
So George covers all of his
That's a very
mess-ups.
big example of a plot hole. Is that in Revenge of the Sith, there's no way for Leia to have possibly seen Padme's face because she was a baby, and infants that are just coming out of their mother generally don't remember it because it's traumatic for them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. Bro, what is with y'all tonight in chat? Like, what? Relax. Calm down. Relax.
Wait a minute, you okay, dude? I think you're
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
dying.
Bro, sounds like he's got the Rona.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Hey, May.
Yeah, well, I told you I'm not feeling all that great.
I told you, not feeling that great.
Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how you feeling?
Probably like a 7.7.
What the fuck was that?
That was Roman.
Roman just went. Yeah, I said that on camera.
You say that you don't feel good, but you're at like a 7.7.
Roman,
I was like, what?
Roman,
I was like at like a 5.5. Like, when can I fucking finish rolling?
All right, 5
Pause.
man.
Pause. I didn't mean it like that.
Roman when he's with a chick and she says, "Is it in yet?" He goes, "Can I fucking finish already?"
You know what, bro? My dick's not that small, okay? Just
My
because you've
dick's
heard
not
that
tiny,
before.
I swear to God.
Only people that have tiny
Only
dicks
people that
make
have
fun of other
tiny penises tell me
people.
that I have a tiny penis. That's how I justify it.
Yeah, Roland. Also because you
listen,
do you really want to talk about penises?
What'd you call me?
Well, I mean, you said this.
Basically, if you don't have a penis, don't hit on me.
Did you mute me?
Nope, you're not.
I don't know why I didn't mute
Oh.
him, but you're so lucky I don't have so many other clips.
Yeah. You're so lucky, dude.
Crimson, that's just cap. That's just not true. I would, especially if it was a goth girl, I would make sure that she felt loved and
I
appreciated,
think you meant to
and then
say
I would
Roman would break his boner running into the wall.
blow her, back out, and
With what wiener? Your wiener's broken.
then I would make her then I make her scream my name, and then I would make her eyes roll back in her head, and then yes, sir.
Why is her eyes rolling in the back of her head?
Oh my god, bro, Roman.
What are you doing to her?
Roman's being fucking graphic, bro.
Are you doing some underground
Yo,
exorcist
ladies,
or something?
if there's any ladies listening that isn't his mom,
My mom's gonna be very disappointed in me when she hears this.
Yeah, Roman's mom ground him for eternity.
yeah,
She can't ground me anymore. I'm 24.
He broke his dick.
I will break your dick.
Roman Reigns is Akuma? What?
Huh?
From from uh from 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 uh from uh from from
Yeah. He's measuring it right now to make sure it's not 1.5 inches.
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Roman's 1.5-inch thunder thimble? What is wrong with you guys tonight, bruh? Calm your noses.
Guys tonight, bruh.
Calm your noses down, dude. Calm your noses down.
He's rubbing peanut butter on his cock.
I'm rubbing peanut butter on my cock.
Clip that.
Okay, what are we doing here?
Clip that.
Don't clip that.
Clip that.
Do not clip that. Don't clip that.
Absolutely.
Don't clip that.
Clip
Don't.
it. Clip it 100%.
No. Not
Yeah,
with.
no.
Not with.
No.
Not
Please
with
don't clip it. Oh no,
No.
God, please no. Don't clip that. God damn it. Fuck.
Especially.
I can't believe I said rub peanut butter on my cock.
Especially not with Apu as my fucking profile picture. No. Do not clip that.
Oh,
Do
that
not
makes
clip
it
that.
so much better. That
It makes it
so
worse.
much
What are you
better.
talking about?
That makes it so much better.
It makes it 20 times worse. What are you talking about? Why do you think my peen's grown like 3 to 4 inches ever
Okay.
since I dropped weight?
Okay. Okay.
My peen went from 7 inches to 12 and a half inches.
Thanks for telling us.
You're welcome, homie.
You said 12 and a half?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
You're just mad that your schlong's like
This
2 inches.
motherfucker is not walking around with a foot hanging between his legs.
You're just mad that your schlong's 2 whole
Just
inches, bro.
Roman just thinking won't smell no more.
Zach, that's why Roman always wears sweatpants
Why? 'Cause it's smelly?
and basketball shorts. No, because he's got a big peen, fucking big dick swinging, walking around.
You looking at me, bro?
You looking at me, bro? What the fuck are you talking?
I'm not looking at you, bro.
No one's looking at you. Actually, nobody is looking at you.
Yeah.
Damn, that hurts.
Yeah, you looking at me, bro?
I mean, I was looking at you earlier, but
Yeah,
not like that.
come on now, dude.
Roman, no one's looking at me or Zach either, so it doesn't matter.
Nah, Roland. People are looking at you.
I don't think so, dude. People would definitely look at you if you just put yourself out there and did not just wear sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Excuse me.
Roman, show up wearing a Hawaiian shirt and some pants.
I don't have a fucking Hawaiian shirt, Roland.
Show up wearing a button-up shirt and some pants to a function.
Man, I don't believe that. You don't got a Hawaiian shirt, bro.
I am not wearing a Hawaiian shirt to a fucking bonfire. Not
What did I
happening.
just do the
Yeah,
other
but
night? What did I
it's like
just do?
summertime.
What
It's
did
like
I
the
just do
perfect
to the
time for
graduation?
Hawaiian shirts.
We were both just at a party on Saturday. What did I wear?
A Hawaiian shirt.
A
Did you
Hawaiian
get any
shirt.
pussy?
And what did I get
Did
compliments on? My Hawaiian shirt. So shut up.
did you get puss? No. So
I
I
talked to
want to
more
hear it.
people.
All of the girls there were all taken.
That's not actually true. Also, I got compliments on my shirt quite a lot.
And I got compliments on my shirt too because Venom's cool as hell. So
Venom.
you're not gonna make fun of my fashion sense, bro.
I'm not making fun of the Venom shirt, but I'm just saying, bro, it would blow people's minds if you rolled up, ripped out.
I'll rip you out.
I said
What does that
drip.
mean? Please say ripped. Please say ripped out, bro.
Roman's
I
about to
was like,
start the
bro.
solo campaign right now, bro.
But what?
Nah, bro. I gotta start the getting puss campaign because I am fiending, dog.
No.
Yes.
No, you did not get pussy that night.
You guys don't know what I did after Zach dropped me off at home.
I know that you didn't get pussy after you would have fucking called me. You would have called me so giddy. You would have called me and said, Rowan, I got pussy tonight.
I wouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah, you fucking would.
No,
You would be so giddy. You would be so hype. You would be calling me and you'd be like telling them, screaming it from the rooftops, I got pussy! I got
Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling? Jesus Lord.
I wouldn't do it like that, bro. I wouldn't
No,
do it
but
like
you would
that.
definitely tell me.
Oh yeah, 100%. But no, when
That's
I
how I
get
know
pussy,
that's how I know you didn't. Because I would tell you if I did. And I didn't. I got cheesesteaks. That's what I got.
I mean that's almost as good, if
I was
not
gonna
better.
say it's arguably close to to being good.
Like it might not be there because I've never tasted it before, but like
No, Zach and I
it,
here got cheesesteaks.
where did y'all go?
Zach, where did we go that night?
What night?
Did we go to Gino's that night?
When?
The night of the party?
Saturday.
No.
No, where did we go after we dropped Roman off?
Taco Bell.
Oh, we went to Taco Bell that night.
Roland is having false memories.
Yeah, we went to a lot of different restaurants the past 2 weeks.
Roland's got dementia. He's turning into Joe Biden.
What? What'd you call me?
Roland, want to go to Taco Bell?
Dude, you can't do that right now.
I know, dude. It's that time.
You can't do that to me
Bro.
right now.
Bro, I am.
You want half an
Zach,
apple?
Zach, as much as I love Taco Bell, I am not getting Taco Bell at 10 o'clock.
That's okay. No one asked you. No one asked you to go.
Anyway.
Burn! Burn!
Zach.
Yes, pumpkin?
What's your view on the what's your view on the chicken chalupa? Roland and I were arguing about this on
I said the beef
don't know.
chalupa
I'm not a big chicken guy from Taco Bell, okay?
Beef chalupa is better.
Yeah, I'm not a big, I think the chicken can be rubbery sometimes, and who wants rubbery chicken? Why, you like rubbery chicken?
You got a rubber cock, right?
Probably still bigger than yours.
No, it's probably not. But that's fine.
You 1.5 inches, remember?
Roman said he's 12 inches.
I'm 12
inches in his imagination.
Anyway, so you're
His
telling
12
me
inches is gonna get stepped on by a goth girl one day.
You're
Yeah.
telling me that a
You're gonna
chicken
have a
chalupa
goth girl
and a
fucking
Baja
kick you in your
Blast.
balls.
If there's any dominatrixes out there that are listening, then you guys have
Oh
a
yes,
prime target.
please bring them my way. Bring them my way. Let them punish me, please.
Jesus Christ, dude.
When your Airbnb comes with a 70-foot water slide, this looks
Yo,
sick.
Roman's arc is crazy.
What?
And it's all with
He's going,
Apu
he's
being
going
my
full dark
profile
side,
picture.
bro. Yeah, Apu's like, punish me, please. Thank you. Come again.
Come again.
Please punish me. I would very much like you to step on my cock and balls, my friend.
Yo, can we talk sports real quick?
If you want to.
So the NFL needed 24 votes to ban the tush push.
To ban the tush push, yeah.
Do you know how many they got, Roman?
10.
No.
No, wait.
1.
No. More guess.
4.
No. They got 22.
Oh, they got 22.
And they
Didn't
needed
the Eagles
24.
beat the Packers 22-10?
Oh, I don't know about the score of that game. That was week 1 of last year's season. I don't remember the score.
Football is just low key gay.
No, it's not. This year was absolutely crazy, bro. I met Saquon. I had a feeling that acquiring him, we were gonna go all the way. He signed my jersey.
I love football, but like being like, guys, let's call it the tush push. Like no one was.
Nah, they don't call it that. They don't call it that. Even Hurt said that the team doesn't call it that.
The
Everyone
media
else
made it that.
Yeah,
the media.
The team I think calls it. I think the team calls it might be calling it something else that we can't say on here, but
yeah, it's so gay. But
it's one of the smartest things that the Eagles have done since what's it called? The Philly special.
Is it technically cheating?
No. No, it's just not in the rule book.
And it just means that your team can't stop it. Others have tried it,
No, it's just quite
had
literally,
success.
Quite literally, it's just not in the rule book, so it doesn't have any regulation on it, Roman. That's the problem.
To be honest with you, it really looks like a fucking rugby play.
It is a rugby
play. And I wonder if Jordan Mailata has something to do with that because he played rugby.
It is a rugby play.
The Eagles asked a 21-year-old rugby player to come and try out.
I know. I saw that.
He looks like a stud, dude.
Dude. The other thing that's really cool is when we were playing in the Super Bowl this year.
Don't get me wrong, Saquon still has his job, but
we did another rugby play in the Super Bowl, which is just like a step forward, and it's like an intimidation tactic when you're winning, and like it worked. Like our team literally just stepped forward and then ran. Like they stepped forward, stopped, and then pushed. And like
also, it was kind of nice.
That made the entire other team, like that made the Chiefs just fucking stop in their tracks and then back up. And it was
kind of nice to see us dominate.
Oh my god, yeah, dude!
The Chiefs.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was our comeback game, bro. You know.
Well, because we should have beaten them 2 years ago.
Comeback. It was redemption. Sorry, redemption.
We should have beaten them 2 years ago, but the calls in that game were like wild.
Yeah, well, we also had Gannon as our defensive coordinator who could not fucking.
Roman, there's a lot of shade being thrown at you right now.
Weren't we winning that game too? We were winning that game, right?
We were winning at halftime. We were up 10. And then Hurts had that fumble before the half.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yep. That hurts.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna pull
Hurts hurt us that night.
All right, but Hurts wasn't bad though. He still had like 3 touchdowns. Like he didn't play bad. It's just that like Mahomes got bailed out really heavy. Like really hard. Bro, Rolando, why are you saying that in chat, bro? Come on.
Bro, you also got Ronnie on your ass right now.
Ronnie, I could give a fuck about what you think, okay?
Damn.
Honestly.
Damn.
Oh, by the way, Ronnie, I'll I want to start the wrestling podcast soon.
Ronnie, I could give a fuck about what you think, but I want to have that podcast coming up with us.
It'll be exclusively on Patreon, and since Roland is getting into wrestling, Roland can join us.
What do you mean
If he
getting
would.
into wrestling?
You're not getting, bro. Show them your championship belt.
I grew up on wrestling. I didn't
Show
watch
them your
it. I
championship belt.
watched it everywhere else. Fucking no, I'm not gonna show that right now. Fucking what's it called? We're gonna be doing Red versus Blue as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we have to do that soon.
What are we
Zach,
doing?
Zach, do
What?
you want to watch Red versus Blue with Roland and I? And also Corey will be there.
When?
We're gonna do it as a Patreon thing, and then we're gonna post clips from it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, not this coming Saturday, but the second week of June is when I was thinking about starting it. We could just watch
so not next week, not next Saturday, not like this Saturday or next Saturday, but the Saturday after that.
Yeah, it has to be a day when I'm off, so that I can edit the clips and shit like that. So yeah,
So we'll
that
basically
will.
sit there and we'll watch the first season of Red versus Blue, and we'll go over that, and then we'll do the second one. Yeah, Red versus Blue is the shit. We're gonna only go up to season 13 because that's as many seasons as there is, and they didn't make any Red versus Blue after that.
So actually, Roland, here's what I'm thinking.
Make up the ending.
I'll have them uploaded on Patreon, and then for like every season, I'll take out like the best parts.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That
then,
is fucking loud, dude. Anyway.
But so I'm going to take the best parts of like each of our reactions. And like for season 1, I'll have like, a compilation of like, our best moments. Ronnie, Roman, are you pro or anti-Rock? If you're talking about The Rock, I'm not a fan of him being in charge of WWE. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. He makes me
not a boulder.
and like
it's a
and
rock.
And like Vince was a terrible person, and Vince sucked at making like wrestling shows.
Vince
But like
shit on a woman.
But Vince,
she was cool with it at the time.
The Rock makes me miss Vince kind of sort of in kind of like a roundabout way. Like, who's knocking on my door?
I'm knocking at your door. Who's knocking on Roman's door?
It was my family. I'm sorry.
It was his family.
No, see, because it's because I live in an apartment and like my walls are paper thin, so they can literally hear everything I'm saying, and they're trying to sleep right now. So,
Zach, what are you watching, bro?
Right now, I'm not watching anything.
You were watching something. We heard you.
Well, you gotta be more specific than what are you watching?
Okay. What
now?
What were you watching?
Like watching watch what your mom was doing.
Excuse me?
Your mom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were watching my mom. I am, in bed with yours. So I mean, hey.
I don't have a mom.
That's cap.
So nice try.
That's cap.
I know your mom very well.
What's her name?
Mom.
No.
That's her name.
Nice try, but I don't have a mom.
I know her name.
Oh, so Roland knows her very well.
I actually
we call her Lucifer.
I actually do know her very well. I don't call her that. I actually do know her very well.
We call her the spawn of Satan.
No, don't say we. Don't say we. I don't say anything.
Roland says it all the time. Roland can't stand the chick.
I don't fucking say that.
Do you know her inside and out, Roland?
But do you know the Muffin Man, Roman?
No.
He does not. He does not. It's sad.
Zach doesn't have a mom. He was born from the ass of a hairy gay man. Facts. Zach came out of the
Did you
womb.
just say you want to touch a hairy man's ass?
Unless it's yours, no.
Whoa. Clip that. Clip that.
Roman, you did name the stream Bully Roman. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I did. That's
what you get.
That's accurate.
This is what you get.
I just don't.
Yo, what?
Yo, what?
The drummer for Devil Wears Prada got killed in a plane crash.
What?
Damn, R.I.P.
Yeah, that's nutty.
Who?
Devil Wears Prada.
The devil got killed in a plane crash.
Oh, good. There'll be no more planes.
Yeah, George Soros went down in a plane. I'm kidding.
Was Elon there too?
Was Elon there too? Was Donald Trump in the plane as well?
Roman, do you want to go to Taco Bell or no?
Yeah, Roman, do you want to go to Taco Bell?
Roman, do you ever leave your house or do you just stay in there all the time?
Nah.
Here we go.
That's funny because you literally saw me outside of my house on Saturday night. So
because you had to make money.
That was because you went to a birthday party, bud.
No, it was a graduation party.
Whatever.
Bud?
Yeah. It was outside my house.
Hey,
so.
bud.
You also drank too much and had a headache.
Yeah, and I yelled at Zach. And I shouldn't have.
Yeah, Roman did actually drink, dude. And he came up to me at one point. He goes, I've had 6 drinks. And I was
and
like,
then he goes, I'll go if you go. And he looks at Roman or Roland. And Roland's like, yeah, I'm going. And then, we're going to my house and grab a few things. And we start putting on Eminem's fucking, what's it called? To I guess, rap to Eminem. And Roman started screaming, turn it down! I'm gonna live right here! Like, he doesn't know that I don't know where he lives.
Because I had a migraine, bro.
Yeah,
I had a migraine, bro.
You did out of nowhere, bro. You're just like, turn it down!
Like, whoa, dude.
Because I had a migraine, bro.
It was so random, bro. We were like, what the fuck?
Stop drinking so much.
Bro, I never had that much alcohol in my life ever.
I did not know that you had that much. You came up like I wasn't expecting that. I also wasn't like I wasn't watch. There was no reason for me to watch to make sure. It was fine. You were fine.
Well, I wasn't because I yelled at Zach and I said sorry to him earlier, but
yeah, it's all good.
You were fine, bro.
So you coming to Taco Bell, bro, or what?
You Taco Bell, bro?
So look, I don't feel like being on the toilet until 4 in the morning, okay?
Yeah, this dude's a fucking bum. All right.
Are you guys going to Taco Bell?
I mean, I'm hungry. I haven't ate any dinner.
Roland, are you going to Taco Bell?
I might go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I might go.
Well, then shouldn't we get the hell out of here then?
Well, that's up to you guys. Whenever you guys are done.
That's a good point.
I mean, I feel like we're kind of close to being done.
I mean, I'm close, but I don't know about being done.
I'm close. I'm almost there.
Oh my god, I knew that was coming.
Keep going.
I knew that was coming.
Keep going. I'm almost there.
Weirdos. Straight weirdos.
Hold on.
Oh my
Roland,
god.
I'll help you.
Franny, shut the fuck
What?
up. You live in California. That's the lamest state ever. Go back to your fascist fucking democracy over there.
And your beaches.
Yeah, Ronnie, you
I'll
missed
help
the
you, buddy.
earlier, you fucking twat.
I'll help
Yeah,
you, Roland.
you
Cora
jerk.
Jade, bro.
Dude,
I'm just kidding.
who is that?
She's a wrestler. She's the third baddest woman on the whole planet.
No, she's not. She could probably burst your balls by looking at them.
Are her tits real or fake?
They're fake.
All right, then she's not. I don't like fake tits.
Yeah, who likes fake titties? I hate fake titties.
I still bang
How
her,
would
but
you-
I don't like fake tits. She's hotter than the fucking goth chick you brought up. And she has
No, she's not, bro.
She is. He's like, let me bring out my queen, Rhea Ripley.
Yes, she's
Bro,
hot.
you
Look
get
at her,
Taco Bell or not, bro?
bro. Come on,
Yeah, bro.
really?
Yeah,
Roman,
you calling
yes.
her or not?
Roman, I would bang her, but she's not like fucking. I wouldn't let her step on my balls.
She's not Taco Bell worthy, Roman.
Bro, she could pop them.
Roman, I think you should get Taco Bell with us.
I think you should tickle Zach's balls tonight.
I still think you should get Taco Bell with us.
Where's my
Nah, I
balls
feel like
got
go-
to do anything with you getting Taco Bell?
I think you should go for the ride at least.
Nah, I don't feel like going.
Oh my god, fucking bum.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's never gonna find a girl by just sitting in the house all night.
Yeah, Roman, if you go to Taco Bell, you might find the love of your life.
Yeah, Roman, come on. She might have a missing tooth, but that's okay.
I'm not even making fun of you, Roman. I'm just making fun of him being like, you might not ever meet a girl if you don't go out, and we're trying to convince you to go to Taco Bell. He
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
left. I
TV,
wasn't-
bro.
Everybody in chat knows I wasn't even talking about him.
Who are you talking about?
I was talking about what you said. You're like, yeah, he's back.
By the way, the stuffed pretzels at Newtown are not as good as the ones.
No, don't talk about locations. Soft pretzels at the fucking farmer's market.
Newtown Athletic Club.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
stop.
What?
You're doxing people. Chill out.
What am I doing?
No, you're not doxing anybody. You're not doxing us.
What the hell does that mean? I'm doxing people.
You don't say locations on the fucking internet of near places where you live.
Oh yeah, Arizona, Tuscan, Arizona. Down the street.
You just say Tuscan?
Tuscan Raiders
not-
and
Tucson?
It's not totally.
and
It's not totally your fault, Zach.
in Hamilton,
but
New Jersey.
You are.
Yeah, Roman did it to himself before. It's okay.
You are
Roman-
like you know.
Roman lives in
Stop.
he lives
stop,
in Penn.
Stop.
Penn. Oh, I can't say it. It won't come out.
They know where I live.
Oh, they do?
If they go back to that specific stream and they figure it out.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, figure it out.
I remember. Figure it out.
Roman, you want Taco Bell?
No, I've said no.
Why?
No.
What else are you gonna do tonight?
I have said no.
Because I'm gonna go.
I have deemed it
Because-
so that I do not want Taco Bell upon this eve. I have said to you once, I have said to you twice. Do not make me say it 3 times, thrice. I do not want Taco
Because-
Bell.
Because I want to fill my pickle and then sleep.
What did you just say?
I want to dill my pickle and then sleep.
Dill my pickle. Roman's gonna watch something about a goth girl stepping on balls, isn't he?
No, I'm just gonna watch Rhea Ripley ass shots compilations.
What?
You can jerk off to still pictures? I can't jerk
No.
off to still pictures.
No, it's videos of her fucking jiggle.
Unless it was my girlfriend.
Roland, you've never gotten nudes.
Oh.
Cops detain the wrong man, but still want his ID.
I've never gotten nudes.
I don't get how cops have like the what's it called, the power itch. They're always like,
Not all of them do.
Not all of them, but dude accused him that he beeped when he left the store, and he keeps walking in and out of the store, and it's not beeping. It's like, I'm not beeping, so I didn't steal nothing.
And he said, "You're black."
No.
Hey.
What? No.
Hey.
I didn't say
Hey. Hey. So, guys, before I go, question: do y'all beat with your left or right hand?
that. I use my mind.
You're strong as hell.
Yeah, the force is strong with me.
Roland,
Young
you beat with
Padawan.
your right or left?
Roland doesn't beat anything. He puts figures inside.
Nah, Cap. I
Right
use
or
my left
left?
hand.
Roland figures his butthole.
See, that's why Roman's right hand was a lie, because I don't use my right hand. I use my left hand. And I allowed the lie to perpetuate because it was funny.
So in reality, I used my left hand to jerk off because it doesn't feel like my own hand.
Oh, it did say lonely, didn't it? Oh my god,
I
bro.
love how he says him.
Never. How do you know that my hand is a dude? My left hand is a girl. My right hand is a dude.
Okay. I think that's where we end it. I hope everybody has had a phenomenal evening hanging out with us. We would thank you for hanging out with us. I hope
My right
everybody
foot's a dude. My left foot is not.
I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next time on the RoloRome cast. We've had a fantastic night. Roman, do you want to say anything before we head out?
Yeah. Go sub to my main channel. I lost a sub over there.
Yeah,
So
everybody like and subscribe over here.
Sub here, sub there, sub everywhere.
And share it out. Share it out. Share out the RoloRome cast. You guys know it's
Share
fun.
it out.
You guys know you enjoy
And
this.
send this to all goth women so that they find me and love me. All right, that's all that I gotta say.
Okay, we will end it with this.
Because everyone is asking, we're going to tell you. Yes, I have sex with my husband.